fucking COVID.
Everybody, shut up.
Just a big old roast session.
Everybody shut the fuck up!
It's a roast. It's a blooper reel. This guy just get fucking roasted.
Can we just fucking start
We're
already?
already starting. He's got to figure out when he's going to edit this.
He's got to figure out when we
There's a
want
lot of
to
editing to do now. I'm just kidding.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Reality Podcast. I'm your co-host, Thomas Telfer. You guys can call me Tommy, Tommy T, or my Instagram, Tommy Salami. Don't ask. I come here to band together with a group of friends that I've known since high school.
Joe, shut the fuck.
Anyways,
No, wait. Oh.
we come here today to tell you guys it's fucking time to face reality. So anyways, let's introduce everybody. What's your name, bro? How you doing? I'm out.
But you guys already know me. Most of you are probably following my channel. Jay the Great, host of my podcast, Jay Talks. This is a new, more different avenue, so I'm a different one. Here we'll talk about more real life stuff. You know, you guys know anime is my thing, but we'll still talk about that as well. So if you guys have anything you guys want us to talk about, let us know. And shout out to all y'all out there, man.
Fucking subscribe to him. And how you guys
Subscribe.
dipshits doing
Oh,
today?
yeah, we were just, we were laughing. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We were laughing our asses off before the show began. But I'm the computer guy, John. I'm not going to give out my social media. I'll let
Jamie.
you be
I'm just
private.
kidding.
I'm the Jamie. If you know the Joe Rogan podcast, I'm the Jamie of the group. This is my guy, Joey.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And then this is my guy, Sebastian.
You can call me SB or Payback. That is my Insta.
Yeah, he's
If you want
YouTube
to know.
too.
Yeah, I do YouTube.
You know,
That's also
like-
my YouTube channel.
But like our guy said, Tommy over here, we're here to face reality. So let's get to it. I'm looking forward to doing this.
I'm starting to face it right now.
We're starting to face it right now.
Starting to face reality.
We were laughing our asses off.
And I got
It's a shitty intro, but
Look,
we're laughing our asses off.
So we're gonna figure this out along with you guys too. This is our first time doing an actual in-person podcast as a group, but it's not our first time recording.
Yeah, no.
So some of us have more experience than others. Clearly, this one has the least experience out of all of us. So don't whisper. Fucking female. Anyways, just kidding.
Whoa.
But anyways, like I said, this is going to be a learning experience for all of us. So we don't have exactly a complete niche for us besides talking about reality. So we're going to talk about multiple things. We're going to talk about like what might be going on in the world, or just conversations between us about our lives and our experiences. And we might even do some type of challenges and anything like that too. What's
Just
up?
disclaimer, we are totally biased, and if you have feelings and they hurt very, very badly, you might want to leave right now.
But we will try to be non-biased.
Yeah, if you guys know
Try.
me, I don't. For my podcast, I never sugarcoat.
I mean, there's only
shit,
so much you can do.
Well,
as
yeah,
human.
a lot of these guys here, we don't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
They don't bullshit.
So
But
My coffee's black.
Yeah.
That's
Straightforward.
how much.
I have no creamer in here, actually.
That's how.
this is
We're not gonna show.
is there anything in there,
I
pal?
was gonna say, is there anything in there?
Yeah, bro, you want to see? You see
Yeah.
where the line where I stopped drinking at some point?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
for-
All right. we thought it was not. We thought it was just for looks.
Just for looks.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, we come together and you guys are gonna experience this with us. We're gonna try different things and talk about different things. So I'm just gonna go around the room and ask everyone's day. How's your day going, by the way?
You guys already know me, but I'll say how I've been. YouTube's doing well. Today, I'm scripting another video for you guys to wait for that. I'm not going to say what it is. We've been planning this podcast for a while as well. We got a lot of experience between all of us. I probably have the most, obviously, but we're going to try to see where this goes. Niche, something. But again, let us know. I know y'all like us to talk about certain things, so let us know. We got y'all. It could be anime too, but if you want anime, go to the podcast I've been doing. But this is more different avenue because I know you guys like when we talk IRL. So yeah, my day's been good though, and it's episode 1.
Episode fucking 1. How's everyone else's day over here? Besides the introduction, that's not the same thing.
No, yeah.
I'm just asking like how you guys' day
Wanna go
going,
first,
you know?
SB?
I'm doing pretty well. Besides like financial struggles and who doesn't know that, right? Am I right, guys? You're living in Cali.
We're all broke. We're all broke
We're all
actually.
fucking broke. But that's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're not broke in the future. And then the more we're not broke, the more we can make other people not broke.
Yeah.
My day's going good. And, it was a busy day. Filling out paperwork and all that shit. And doing my live scans today.
Fucking paperwork.
Yeah, I'm starting a new job pretty soon, so.
Oh yeah, congrats on
Good
that.
shit.
Thank you,
Congrats, man.
Yeah, I'm starting a new job, so just looking forward to that, and then obviously trying to look forward to this too. But I
Oh,
just
yeah.
can't wait to talk about topics that we can't wait to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Joey? How you doing?
I think he's hungry.
No, so I mean, my day was good. I'm adjusting to this new work schedule that I got. Still haven't really fully adjusted to it. Today I had to wake up a little bit more earlier than usual, just to make
Yep.
it to this, and then also,
Thanks for the commitment.
Yeah, thank you.
and also I had a job interview for another position, so
Oh shit, nice.
hopefully I get that. I can make some more money, and yeah.
That's always the game plan over here.
Always
No?
game
plan.
Always
Oh, yeah.
trying to make that more money. Like money, the
Yeah,
job.
you guys
is
know I
more
got a really good job, but I have to wake up early and shit. Unlike Seth the programmer, I can actually program, so fuck him. And
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Shots fired, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck
Shots
y'all.
fired.
shot. The first shot is fired.
First shot's already fired.
Yeah,
See, like
so-
I said, they're not holding back.
so call me Jay the programmer.
Oh, how about you, man? How you doing, Thomas?
I'm doing good. Right now, I work at a job called PepsiCo because this guy over here gave me that job. This guy Joey that I'm pointing at.
Give him a
Camera.
personal
I don't know if you can see on
recommendation.
the camera.
He got me this job because I used to work at a bar. It was a fun time, but it was a waste of time.
I'm wasting time.
But now I get up hella early to work at this job. Most of the shifts are always gonna be 10 to 12 hours. And then I also currently train for like martial arts, MMA. Right now I'm training specifically Muay Thai. And on my first actual amateur fight, it's gonna be in June 3rd, I believe. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, and then I'm just trying to get everything else together, you know. Starting this podcast with all of us is gonna be great. I think this is gonna be great for our future and for your guys' future because we matter more than you. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
No, I'm just kidding. But anyways,
Let's face reality. Not just kidding.
time to face reality. No, but for real though, I want to make this podcast. Not me, us making this podcast for everybody to face reality because it's time. We live in a very sensitive world, but I do feel like people are starting to stand up for themselves a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Which is a good thing. And there's a lot of different things going on in the world. But anyways, I think we should talk about why are we friends? Do you guys even remember how
Or
we
not,
met?
though.
We're barely friends.
We're just acquaintances.
We're acquaintances
We're not
that
even-
barely agreed to do something today.
Yeah, we.
Well,
People in each other's.
So, okay, how about this? I mean, do you guys remember how we all kind of started hanging out together at all?
I can remember
I-
some of it
yeah,
because I've known you
I
since
don't-
middle
I'm-
school.
So I've
Oh,
known
since
John
elementary school.
the longest out of everybody here.
I don't
He's-
remember. I don't remember the first time hanging out with you.
It's been a long time.
Long
Yeah,
time.
I think
I don't
I
remember.
brought you in with everybody else.
Yeah,
I
you did.
remember, I remember hanging out with both of them.
Yeah.
Because-
I forgot who I met first, whether it was Thomas or Jimmy, or I met Jimmy to Thomas. I don't remember.
I
don't
met
remember either.
both of them through Thomas, and this was like around I want to say towards the end of freshman year.
Yeah. It was
Towards,
freshman year.
towards the end of freshman year, because back then in high school, I didn't really have a friend
Friends.
group like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was hard for me to find a friend group, and then met him after
alright.
PE or something. I know it's all good. It was after PE or something. We had a class together, and then
Yeah,
kicked it with him.
that makes more sense.
I will say though.
And then it just became oh shit.
I will
Yeah.
say though, like one thing about me that, like I'm sure all these people will notice, is that my memory fucking sucks. So I'll remember probably certain things that they don't remember, but most of the stuff I probably won't ever remember. They'll be like, "You don't remember doing that?" I'm like, "No." I have to like see a picture or a video from around that time to be like, "Okay, I think I kind of remember now," but memory's terrible. So I mean, fuck it.
I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah, high school. We were all almost like fucking preteens, dude. We were like 13 when we all met.
14,
Sebastian.
13, 14.
And I
14.
think I just appeared. I showed up.
Yeah,
I
well-
just rendered in.
I think I
and then,
met you at like a, at a
became-
party, right?
a playable
no.
character.
So when it comes to me and Sebastian, we used to have a class together in high school, and we would just pick on each other. We were just talking shit.
It was
We
fun.
would just come into class and just.
Ironically, it was a recording class.
So yeah, it was
It
a
was for
media
editing.
class,
Oh.
and then
Mr.
eventually, yeah, and then we started. I guess he
Was
just kind
it
of
was graphic design, right?
Yeah.
probably.
No. Yeah.
Well, there's a few different
I
types.
took his class and it was graphic design.
Oh, Ramirez, I remember him.
Ramirez, yeah, he did not give a fuck.
It was
Yeah,
cool.
he was.
No, it
Yeah.
was good. It was,
Show this guy
it was
that.
good
I
time.
will say
Yeah,
though,
he's on the district.
one teacher I missed aside from Mr. Ramirez is Miss Marquez.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a good question.
My
too.
math,
that is
my
fun.
math
What?
teacher from Marvis. Oh my god, dude.
She's the hottest teacher.
Wow,
there.
wow. Which teacher do you guys miss for the most from your?
Miss Marquez.
Miss Marquez is for him, of course. Okay.
Yeah. Teacher I miss the most. I mean, I never had her try. I never had her as a teacher, but
Same.
probably Ramirez. He was the coolest.
I would say yeah, Ramirez for me.
Probably
also.
Ramirez for me too, but I don't really miss high school.
wrong.
I don't.
He-
I don't
he's
miss
he's
high
that
school.
one
Fuck high
that
school.
everyone, for a fuck high school, but
He's
he
like
is
that
that
cool
one.
uncle.
Yeah,
He's that
he
one
is.
teacher that everyone loves. There's
Yeah.
always a school that has that one teacher that everyone fucking loves. It's him.
Yeah,
So-
if you guys know me as like a debate guy, we've been argumentative for fucking years.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
since we were kids.
That's
Now I'm-
basically
Now I'm more eloquent. But
Friendship.
back then, yeah, our friendship was always like that.
Yeah, we've always had not heated
Not
to the
heated.
point where fucking throwing
Yeah,
fists
no,
at each other, but it's been heated
Well,
debates.
let's get
talk a
into
lot of
that.
shit.
Well,
Talk a lot of shit,
Yeah.
but
So
We've
if you-
gotten on each other's nerves.
yeah,
our
oh, yeah.
friendship,
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
For fun.
For fun.
we're in a way almost a typical friendship. You know, we all fuck with each other and stuff, but there's a little bit more. I feel like when it came to us, and I feel like we're a little bit unique on the way we argue and debate with each other.
sometimes
Yeah.
it would be over the limit.
Some
There's
people,
been over
well,
We've
some-
had a lot of instances
some
where he's
people-
punched me in the chest.
Oh yeah.
Some people have like deeper, like I guess you can say like connections / relationships with each one of us. Some people are more closer than others, so that's
Yeah.
why we are able to like fuck with each other like that. Like I can say with Thomas, I can fuck with him so deep that like I can't do it probably with Sebastian or John or Jimmy.
No, back then, still
because
kind of am. Back then I was super sensitive. I was super
I
sensitive
still
back
kinda
then.
am.
but
Feels
we
a little
kinda
sensitive,
have-
What's that
especially
P stand for,
in
by
the
the way?
nipple
Penis?
area.
I'm
Padres,
just
shout
kidding.
out San Diego Padres.
But we all fucked with John just because of, like
Yeah, it was. I
Wait,
was.
we all fucked with each other.
Yeah.
He got some. Let's
he
just
took
say
the
he
most
got
of it, though.
unwanted
Yeah.
tattoos on him.
He took the most friendly fire.
Yeah, he took the
Yeah.
most fire for
Yeah.
sure.
I took the most.
But hey, you
Yeah,
know
he
what?
did.
He's the strongest out of all of us for
Yeah, he is.
fucking
Yeah.
taking it. So
I
I think
would
me
wake
and
up
John
being
probably
drawn on.
we probably fuck with each other the most. Like between me and John, we fuck with each other a lot. We've
You
always
know-
been like that
you
since we
know-
were fucking kids.
You know
like,
who would piss
But
you
we
off?
all pissed each other
You know
off.
who pissed you off the most though?
Chase.
Him, but also Raiden.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Raiden. Yeah. Oh my god.
Shout out to them.
Raiden
Hope they're all
was just,
doing
he
well.
gets so mad when he'd lose the fucking. God damn it! So I'm like, dude.
Shout out to them though. Hope they're all doing
Yeah, shout out
well.
to
in
y'all,
life.
though.
I
Omar
actually,
too.
Love
And
ya.
Omar. Shout out Omar.
Shout out Omar.
I actually
You know what's
talked
funny?
to Raiden on
Oh,
Xbox.
speaking,
Oh, really?
Sorry, I
Fuck.
mean,
Still
speaking
okay.
of Omar, how
Sorry,
was that?
sorry.
I saw him.
And
On,
I did too. I saw him
at-
at McDonald's.
No, I saw him
That makes
on
sense.
January
Yeah.
1st. When I
That
went
makes
to,
sense.
when I went to the remember when WWE was in town January 1st.
Oh yeah.
They were he was there. He was right behind me. I didn't know
Oh
it.
shit.
Oh,
He was a
shit.
couple seats above me. I didn't see it.
That's
So the
funny.
show's over. And he was like, John. And I turn around and I go, no fucking way.
Fucking Omar.
Hope he's doing well.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
It looks like he's doing well.
Maybe we'll link up with him again.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Shout out to Omar, man. Hope you're doing well too.
Yeah, I'll be doing. He's probably out here somewhere.
But yeah, we
Yeah.
had a
We're very so. Look, I'll tell you one thing about our
Yeah,
friendship
very big
is
group.
we
Right.
were very like, I would say mean to each other, but that's how it is when you're young, you know.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like, you're like a group of brothers. You just pick at each other. There's this thing we used to do in freshman year where like if you were caught slacking, we would trip you from behind. It's like footsies, but we're kicking the shit out of your ankle and make you trip.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, shit like that.
See, I
We would
don't even
randomly
remember.
tackle each other, like actually football tackle each other.
Yeah, we did.
And, we've all wrestled. We've all, you
When we
know.
walked on Meadows,
Oh.
fucking tackled you.
If one of us slipped and got hurt, we'd be like, ah! You know, shit
No,
like that.
no, there was no sentiments. I
Oh
don't
hell
know.
no.
No censorship either.
No censorship
We
either.
No
don't
mercy. That's
Yeah.
good.
And none of us pulled bitches.
Yeah, no.
But now
I
it's a
for
little
sure
bit.
did not in high school.
Now it's
Well.
in and out.
In and out.
In and
Well.
out. Kinda. Let's get it like kinda. But
I stayed low.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's in a
Sebastian.
relationship.
He's the cuffed one. Yeah.
So Sebastian right now, the tall guy,
You
he's
know,
the one
all
that's
ball and
cuffed
chain.
right now.
The ball and chain.
No, we respect it, sir.
Cuffed with the ball and chain.
Respect it.
Yeah, 5 years running.
See that right there? You see that handshake right there?
It's rare.
Respect that.
Respect.
Yeah, it's rare.
Yeah, actually, matter of fact, let me get to
Note
one of my
to self.
questions that I was thinking about. When's the first time you touched some of that poon?
You gotta say it like that.
No, we
For
got
me, it was fucking. We were near the border. I'm not gonna dox us, but we're near the border. I was in TJ. I was like 15. My cousin's neighbor. It was very obvious what she wanted. I lied that I wasn't a virgin, and
That's how you got it.
I
You gotta lie
tapped.
sometimes.
Tapped.
I smashed and dashed.
Wow.
I had a very. Mine was outside. Mine was like in the fucking jungle. Well, it was in the back of a. It was in a park, in the back side of a park. I think we all know the park we're talking about.
Yeah.
The park where we're always at all the time. Have you ever seen any of his training videos?
Yeah.
That park.
Training vlogs. That's a spot where a lot of people clap.
Yeah,
that is
The parking lot.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I lost my V card. You know, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll donate it." But you know, it was a great time. You know, I mean, and then you know that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
What about you guys? You guys remember you lost your poon?
Well, I'll just say I like to keep that private, but I lost it
Oh.
at 21. I lost it at 21. Who cares?
I had lost it to, of course,
okay.
my.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm glad you guys are bonding over it over there.
Virginity.
I know. It's
Sacred.
it's a very sacred moment.
It was
Religious.
memorable.
That's good.
It was memorable. That's for women, pal. Okay.
Get hot in here.
You know, low key, there is no fan. But
Oh,
I do have a fan, but it's not. Anyways, sorry, Sebastian, what were you saying?
It was of course with my girl. So.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
I was,
yeah, you were probably
yeah.
the most
Uh,
innocent motherfucker.
Congratulations.
He's a Christian man, right? That's good.
And I stayed with her, and
I'm a Jew.
I'm gonna just say I did it at
I was like,
18.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, no, I did it at 18. That's all I really gotta
It's a
say.
good age though.
Oh,
Oh, 18, that is
That's
a
not
good
too
age.
old, not too
That-
young.
That's like right when you became legal.
yeah, I
Yeah,
became
You
legal at
know,
that.
so like, yeah.
So it was like after school or what?
Yeah, it was.
I think I remember
after-
that day.
Yeah,
We
it
were-
was after I graduated,
Oh,
like
God.
three
Yeah.
months in,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, well not 3 months in. Actually, it's quite a while after that because I was still 17 because my birthday's quite far. But
Oh,
but yeah, it was after that. It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And I stayed with it because it was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Be
I
like
remember
that
we went.
sometimes.
Yeah, we went to watch fucking Dragon Ball, and he was with his girl. I remember when we watched
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Broly. Remember
Yeah.
that shit?
Were we all together for that?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, I was texting Sebastian. I was like, bro, you're missing
Chase
out.
was
And he's
there,
like, nah.
I think.
Oh.
No, I'm
I
not
was like,
missing out.
tell Sebastian like you're missing out. He's like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
I'm
gonna.
getting it at all.
He said, he's like, I think he said, I'm gonna.
That's
hook
how.
up.
Yeah, we were.
He's
we
like,
were.
he's like, I'm not missing shit. I've been.
We were
hotel.
back in high school too. Just want to add on back in high school. We were like sports nerds.
Oh
and,
yeah,
I mean, you guys are still
We're
are.
nerds.
Well, I still am.
still
but, like,
are. Yeah,
I
still are.
lost my touch when it comes to sports. To be honest, I don't know nothing.
I never had a
about-
touch.
Y'all know me with anime and sports. I mean, that's what I,
I used to
do.
be a lot more into anime too, but
I'm
not
a
anymore.
huge sports guy, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the corner guy. We forgot about him. Hello.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. What about
my
your?
bad. My bad. My bad.
What about your sacred card?
I was 16 when I lost it.
Yeah, youngest bro beat us, man.
So,
Beat me by 5 years.
Oh my god! That's good.
I mean, I beat you by
You
6.
just said,
Jesus
like-
Christ. I was 15.
Oh, you were 50. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
6 years.
Jesus.
yeah,
Because actually, I was
so,
12.
I was 12?
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
I was 7. I'm just kidding.
so
I was 4.
yeah, it was just like I had ditched school.
Oh,
course you
bad
did.
kid. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I ditched school and,
What a time.
Degenerate.
and I had lost it, so it was like I liked it. I mean, obviously, so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
the first time.
With a
so-
guy, right?
I liked it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
2 guys.
2 guys.
Oh.
Whoa! What a good
Whoa.
start. What a way to
2024,
start.
ladies and gentlemen. It's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
accepted.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
swiping
sorry.
up on this fucking TikTok. Anyways. But yeah, man, I remember, dealing with some of that poon for the first time. It was weird, because like the first thing I did was take a good lick in that shit. I was trying to figure out like the
Oh, we're going into
dynamics
detail.
of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, detail.
You know,
We're gonna
and,
get
like-
demonetized.
Like dealing with that is just like it's like, man, it's a different flavor. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I was nervous first time.
No,
I was
it's
hella
like-
nervous. Oh my god, I was shitting bricks, bro. I
Yeah.
was.
I was sweating bullets. I was
Yeah.
like this all the time. Like
I didn't know if I was gonna be a man of action. That was.
I actually like had to pause before I like dig in. I was like, I had to like hype myself up. I still almost couldn't do it.
I said a prayer and then I went in.
Yeah, I said a prayer, and then I went to communion after.
I went to confess my sins.
Dear Lord, I have sinned. I must get some experience before I actually try it out.
Yeah, and
God.
women are. I think the older you get, the more experience you have, the easier they are to deal with for sure.
Yeah. Experience definitely helps you a lot. I feel like I have a pretty good amount of experience now. To
Yeah.
actually
Now, yeah.
make spit a moan out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I still have only been with one.
when you're a kid, when we were a kid, I didn't know shit about women.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Like I was ass.
It's-
Now it changes.
What you think you know and what you know now.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly
You
would
didn't
say
know
I
shit,
still don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I mean, we're still
Whereas-
discovering how the human mind works. I mean, like,
Well,
come on.
let's go back to taste. Isn't that shit crazy?
Oh,
Isn't it
dude.
like? Do you remember how it tasted like?
Dude, I'm very like my stomach was really weak. I almost gagged. I was like, can't lick it. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like,
I think it just depends
I can't eat pussy,
on the
man.
person because
I know everyone's
Yeah.
different, but sometimes you're hot and sweaty. So.
I can't eat pussy. I'm like most of the girls. It's not even that they're not hot. It's just I get grossed
I
out.
look, I kind of like step away from it now.
Nah,
I
yeah.
don't care. I just,
It's like, I'm
I
hungry
mean-
for dinner, you know.
yeah, you know.
It's demasculating.
But,
Just kidding.
I don't think it is, but
But no, I guess it's different for everyone. Everyone's
Yeah.
smells a little bit different. You know, I know this is a rated R topic, but for other
Yeah,
When you get
I know.
demonetized.
If you're 15, get off.
You're already demonetized the minute you said fuck before 20 seconds, right?
Oh yeah.
I get that out.
we probably all have a specific type here. I'm assuming. I mean,
Oh yeah.
what's everybody's type here? What's the majority of the room's type? Latino.
Mm,
Latina. For me.
definitely Latina. Thick
I think we're all.
Latinas.
That's my type.
I mean,
like.
What are we,
Location,
what are we, girl from
location,
San
location,
Diego or
right?
something?
No, but it's like for me, it's like I'll take what I can get. You know, like, it don't matter. But like,
Give this guy a
I
bone.
don't care if it's not a Latina. You know what I'm saying? Like if
That
you're
shit-
interested in me, then you're interested
That
in
shit
me.
can
You
be
know.
green, you know, but.
It's fucking green.
No, but like if you're interested in me,
No,
you're
I feel it.
interested
No,
in me.
I
No,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I'm not like I'll take it all. You know, I don't care. Like
that's my pref. I do love Latino women.
Unless you're-
Shout out you beautiful
unless you're
Latino women out
French. I don't
there.
really like
Shout
the
out to
French.
y'all, but
No,
Yeah.
you know, if you're Indian.
As long as they're bad, that doesn't matter. That matters.
shout out
yeah.
to you beautiful Latino women though. Y'all beautiful as
Yeah,
fuck.
Latina's
but,
my preference.
You
for
like
sure.
white women.
But like, white women too are great. Shout out to them too.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy likes
Shout out to
white
all
women.
shout out to all the beautiful ladies of all
Colombians.
races. Shout
We
out
got
to
a
you.
smooth
Yes,
one in the room.
very-
Colombians are top tier.
Okay,
Like,
if there was a majority of like what people think in the world, what's the sexiest breed?
like does that just
That's
mean
a very-
Like,
wolf?
Yeah, what do
so
you
like
mean
if
by
you
that?
guys had to estimate
I need to know what
a
you
guess
mean by that.
percentage of like what the
Like
world would
mix-
say.
like a girl who's mixed, or like they have to be like fully.
They would have to say
100%.
mix, right? I feel like they'd most of the time say mix, but like they would say that. To be
But
honest,
you
they would
could
say
only
light
mix
skin.
with two.
Oh, then I got mine.
Oh,
I
well.
think Latina's probably the worldwide the most
For
preference.
mine,
I
it'd be-
believe
not
so.
trying to be
I don't want to speak for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think?
I think statistically.
I honestly don't know.
For me,
But I feel like you like what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you?
for me, I'd say it'd be Latina mixed with a white woman.
probably. Yeah.
Probably that, maybe, yeah. I'm
That's-
not really sure.
You guys have you guys ever seen an I think it was a light skinned Asian?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
Bad.
seen them plenty.
Viet-
Which is
Vietnamese.
crazy.
Well, from Islander, you know what you're talking about?
Vietnamese bitches are bad.
Like
dude.
island.
Vietnamese?
Yeah, they're bad as fuck.
I don't know what to say.
Thick
about
ones,
that.
the thick
It's a-
Vietnamese.
I don't know about the Vietnamese.
I don't like the thin ones though.
I'm not really sure about the Vietnamese, but
I've seen some thick ass ones. I'm like, damn, but
yeah,
they're not that common, honestly. That's why
Yeah.
Latinas are the best.
it's kind of weird.
I mean, where we live, we get the mixing pot, so we see all the
Yeah,
nice
we see
types.
all,
Oh, yeah.
all the mixes here.
We live in San Diego, so there's a lot of mixed.
Everybody
race
wants to
communities.
be here, kind of shit.
Here, LA, Miami.
Some.
Like I
Yeah,
even
yeah.
hear from like other foreigners, like because where I work, they're like, "Oh man, I moved here and I love it because you guys have more beautiful women." Like, like when I go on the beach, it's not like just few
It's like a
tens.
variation.
No, it's like a variety, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Do you guys
shit, I
think
guess
the
I'm used
United
to
States would be considered a white country?
it.
Not anymore.
No,
Probably.
not
I
anymore.
guess.
Probably mostly Latino. I think statistically.
You
I
think
think
like more Spanish?
Yeah.
But we're
I-
built
I-
on a multicultural, like kind of like starting foundation. You know, we might have started off white, you
Yeah,
know,
definitely
because
started
for
off
the
white.
Brits.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know,
the Britons. Yeah.
What you
what
say?
you can say?
I would say, well, I've seen on a study recently that Asians were kind of starting to dominate as far as population.
Really?
Now.
Oh,
I
there's
know
a-
on the
immigrants,
coast
yeah.
they probably do the most.
Yeah, like
You know?
the percentage of Asians now is starting to grow like exponentially.
A lot.
It's,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
crazy.
definitely.
But
is.
it's definitely not just a
Yeah, you
white
get-
person country. It's
Oh, not
all
anymore.
races.
Yeah, you guys should
Yeah.
see an Asian.
A lot of
base, bro.
diversity in this world too.
Yeah.
You guys
Especially
should,
in the United States.
Especially
you guys should go
United
to an
States,
Asian base, bro. I feel like I'm in China.
One of my funniest, smartest, even coolest friends is Asian. So it's like honestly, I have nothing against.
Well,
it.
that's none of us here, I guess.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
taking
have
over.
any Asian friends, bro.
I
Someone in my friends is like, what the fuck, dude?
I might have
One of
one
the first
or two.
few best friends were Asian, I guess.
I think a couple. I had a couple.
Filipino.
Dude, I actually met this Asian in 3rd grade who was named Thomas Telfer.
Oh my god.
My name. Imagine that.
That's
An
wild.
Asian guy named
That's rare.
Thomas. Like, bro, where did they fuck?
Absolutely.
Actually, well, I guess I met a guy named Tommy, which is similar. His name is Tommy Tran, though.
One of my coaches
I'll
was named
take some
Thomas.
trend.
One of my boxing coaches, his name was Thomas. He was a pro.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to him if he's watching.
I think it's pretty important to learn, like, fighting.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think, by the way,
That's another good question.
Yeah.
Like, should people learn at a young age to fight?
I would say yeah. I for you guys, you already know us because you've seen us.
I
vlog,
feel like,
but-
especially for
I thought that
for
was
women,
common sense.
I feel like
Yeah,
women,
learn how to
like
defend
if I
yourself.
was gonna ever have a daughter, she's gonna learn some Taekwondo or Muay Thai. She's gonna learn that shit.
Give her a taser.
Because like they're at the disadvantage at the most part, you know.
No.
You
Like
gotta learn
me-
how to defend yourself.
Yeah, like you already know my story, and Thomas is from our vlogs, but I started really young, like 9 or 10, boxing. I did the amateurs for about 4 or 5 years. I could have went pro. You guys know my story for my channel, but I do think learning how to fight is, if you're a man,
Yeah,
I think
especially.
you don't have to compete or anything. Just learn.
Just learn the
Well,
basics.
learn the
Maybe
basics.
just
I
learn
never-
how to defend yourself and
Yeah.
learn how to throw a punch.
At
Well,
least striking.
I never did. But you guys did the pro combat sports growing up as a kid. I did contact sports like football mostly.
Yeah.
But
I still.
So
I
you
watched.
know something's
I
happened.
watched a lot of fighting growing up. You know, MMA, boxing, all that stuff. So I did a boxing class in college, but it's just
Yeah.
like it's obviously it's different. But
I've-
So
I learned how to, you know, by seeing other fighters fight on TV, how to,
Yeah.
you know, use technique. And all that stuff.
I've never did any like fighting. My mom never put me in anything, so
Yeah,
I'm
me
kind of
neither.
I mean,
I'm kind
contact
of like
you played
know,
with us a little bit though, and you
Yeah,
did a little wrestling.
well, I
they
was
sparred with
gonna-
us a little bit.
I sparred with them. I
Yeah.
got my ass kicked. You know, I took some licks and I threw some pretty good shots
Yeah.
back, but yeah, I got my ass whipped. It's just. to be
Well,
real.
for
Yeah, so I was gonna get to that, like where you know I did like some wrestling with you and some fighting, like sparring, but as far as like fighting, like it's just more of like whatever I've kind of just picked up as I went.
Yeah.
Because I mean I've gone to fight in school, so it's not like I don't know how, but like technical. No,
Yeah.
I'm not technical in fighting.
Yeah, it's
I
different.
don't know anything like that. Like I think the only thing I've done for training was we went to what was it, Victory MMA,
Right.
and that part was cool. And yeah, I mean I've never boxed, but I remember my first person I guess that you can say I boxed was the dude at the beach.
Right.
And that was
you,
it.
and you made him bleed.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, he said, "Do you bleed?" And you punched him in the face.
But other than that, like I've never
Still good?
really.
This guy should be still good.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
they're both good.
All right, cool, cool.
But yeah, so I've never did anything like that.
Yeah, fighting, dude.
Definitely think it's important.
The worst part is the initial part. You gotta get used to getting hit in the face. I know
Yeah,
a lot of guys that
get
never.
used to that
they
pain.
never-
I
I know
got-
guys that never break the habit. They always flinch.
I got
You
used to getting punched in the face, but even though it was still light, I got used
Yeah.
to getting
You know,
punched in the face.
one thing you learn about fighting, especially when you get put in like a very a serious situation, is you learn what kind of person you are. Your fight or flight
Yeah.
kind of responds, and it's definitely something you could change with training. But you know, getting in a serious situation, you learn like, okay, are you a bitch or are you not?
I think that's a lot has to do with your own confidence in yourself.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
mentality.
Yeah. If you know how to fight, you're more willing to engage. for
There's a lot of people who don't fight at all are sometimes really cocky because they think they do. They watch a lot of movies or
Yeah.
they did something one time or whatever it is. So they get in the fight and then they
Or-
just change.
Yeah.
Or they're cocky to make it to where like they try to intimidate the other person, not fight them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
because
too.
they're scared to get into that
It's a
fight. So they try to
tactic.
act like
Yeah.
they're
And then you
strong.
have the sleeper builds, you know, the people who are like, hey, calm and centered, but those guys you gotta be wary
These
of.
guys are
because
usually
those
the ones
guys,
that know how to fight.
Yeah.
those guys. Mm-hmm.
Or their ear. If they have
Fuck you.
cauliflower ear, don't fuck with them.
Oh, don't fuck with that. They
Yeah.
have cauliflower ear. They know how to.
They're gonna maul you.
They,
Oh yeah.
they know how to fucking.
Still on the topic of fighting, I'm obviously still talking about when we sparred each other.
Yeah.
You were talking about fight or flight. When do you feel like? What did you feel like my response was when we?
We
sparred?
fought.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell that. I could tell you're not scared to do like try something.
Yeah.
But you're
that's
still
a-
a bitch.
Yeah.
I respect that you're still down to do it, and maybe at the time I punched harder than I should because I was still.
No, I
learning.
took a fucking right hook or a left hook
I
from this
remember-
guy
I
and it
remember
rocked
punched
my
you in the
world,
head
but
a
I
little
was just
harder.
like,
Seen stars.
all right, you know.
But I think you have a very natural ability. I think
Yeah.
physically you're very natural when it comes to sports, and I think that has something to do with you growing up playing sports
Yeah.
your whole life. So I feel like
a lot of WWE.
Basically.
I'll say this. I feel like you should have more confidence than your abilities and
Yeah.
what you might have right now currently. But if you were put in a situation where you just had to fight, I think you do pretty well.
Yeah.
And I don't think you think that. I think you'd be nervous, like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do. But I feel like if you got really pushed to a wall, eventually I feel like you would do pretty damn decent.
Yeah, confidence. Even if you're a good, I've seen great fighters not have confidence in a real fight and they lose. In the gym, they're killers,
Yeah.
but under
Yeah.
the lights, they're not. I've seen that a lot.
You know, speaking of fighting, actually, what do you guys think about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
Oh my god.
Honestly, it does. It honestly, you know, Jimmy, we've debated about Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali in the
Yeah,
past.
we
If you haven't
debated
checked out that video,
Yeah, watch that
check
debate.
it out on his channel.
It was a good
Pretty
debate.
great debate.
Yeah.
But, you know, still speaking of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I'm just not interested in the fight. I
Uh,
don't
You know-
care if it's free. I don't think I'm ever going to
That's
watch
the thing is, I was actually looking forward to Jake Paul's come up, you know, and I wanted to root for him to, you know, maybe fuck some dudes up. But, you know, then he chose Mike Tyson, a legend that I look up to, and he's old, and now it's like I have mixed emotions. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know who to root for. It's like, and it's almost, you could kind of tell, like, it's just all for the money.
yeah.
It might not even be like a real fight. It could be
I've-
fucking staged.
I've
you
already
know?
stated before, he just wants to continue a streak on beating on old people because, like,
Yeah.
on any other place, that would be like considered taboo, you know.
Yeah, no,
But put a camera on him, put it on the main stage, and be like, oh, it's okay. They said that they wanted to. I think Mike Tyson is trying to like put in a point that if he does fuck up Jake Paul, then he's someone to be feared again because
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
he's afraid of.
It's
That's
pride,
his whole
yeah.
thing is like he's afraid that he's not to be afraid of. Like, especially since the last fight. The last fight we had, I never thought in my generation that I'd see another fight from him.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, and they put it like, oh, it's a draw. No. He was winning.
Yeah,
Let's
he
be
definitely
real.
won that fight.
He was
Yeah.
scary as fuck.
Yeah.
And especially now, he's
Yeah.
definitely changed. He's definitely woken up for a
Oh,
younger
yeah,
fighter.
absolutely.
For an old guy, he's looking pretty damn
Yeah.
good.
Me and,
Mike,
Jimmy,
nice.
me and Jimmy, we've had the discussion in the past of
Yeah.
about boxing and how it's kind of like a dying sport with
Yeah.
these fights now, and how they're getting ridiculous.
I think Jake, I'll give him this. He reignited the sport a little bit. At first, I didn't like him at all. He grew on me when he beat Woodley. I was like, that's a good opponent.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now he's
But
fighting
still,
a six.
it's a MMA opponent. in
Yeah,
the
still
boxing
not
world.
not world class. Like the best boxer he's faced, he lost to was Tommy. Tommy Fury's
Yeah.
not legit world class. I think Mike. If
He's
he was
57.
if he was even 15 years younger, he would absolutely destroy
Who-
Jake. But he's just so old now.
How with Tommy Fury is he?
He's Tyson Fury's brother, the one that
Right.
Younger brother.
he fought. Yeah, younger brother. He fought Jake twice, I think, once or twice.
No, I think they only fought.
Oh no,
one.
not
Lost
Tyson
to
Fury.
Dale,
The one he lost to.
Yeah, Tommy
Tommy
Fury.
Fury. That's what I meant
Yeah,
to
he
say.
lost to him. It was a close fight, but
Is Tommy Fury good at all?
He's all right.
he's all right. He's not world class.
He's
though.
not world
What do you think
class.
about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, Joey?
I was hyped about it initially,
Really?
but over time, I kind of just like now even talking about, it, I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
That's
Mike's,
like-
Mike's 60, dude.
Yeah, because it's like, would you
Yeah.
want to watch? Obviously, rest in peace, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad
But
Ali.
it's just like, would you want to watch Muhammad Ali at 60 years old fighting?
Hell no.
Oh, especially in his condition.
Especially in
yes.
his condition.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wouldn't be able to. But I'm
Yeah.
saying if he didn't have that condition,
Yeah,
Jake Paul's
I'll
like-
tell you this. When it comes to he's kind of Jake Paul's at a kind of lose situation.
Mhm.
If he wins the fight, he just beat on an old guy.
Old guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
If he
yeah.
loses the fight, he just lost to an old
Old
Mike
guy.
Tyson.
Yeah.
So,
You know, so it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're fighting an old guy. It's like there's not really too much you, like
mean-
morally, you can't really respect it as much.
it's a
It's
lose-lose,
still
but
Mike Tyson, but
it's a lose-lose, but it's a win and end because he gets publicity.
Oh, he definitely
Well,
get
the
money.
whole thing,
but
like,
he's already. I think he's got plenty.
He's loaded.
Yeah. But and he's already rich, so it's like I don't
Yeah.
know how to feel exactly about it,
That's
but.
fancy his brand.
Yeah, definitely money.
Like I said, I like
that.
Jake, but Tyson, I want to see if he's still a killer at
But
this
it's
age.
just
I
like with
really
me,
do.
it's annoying to me. Jake Paul, yeah, he's doing boxing, but he also signed an MMA deal with
Yeah,
the
Did he?
PFL.
PFL.
With the PFL, and he still hasn't really
That's where
done
you
anything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where you really get tested.
That's
He
what
said he wants to do MMA, but yeah, he's still doing these boxing fights, and I'm just wondering, you
I
want to make PFL?
I would give
Yeah.
him some time, a little bit more time, because after
I
this
mean-
Tyson fight, I don't even know what he's
Should we
trying
give
to
him
do.
enough time? I mean, he already signed it.
Well, even after the freaking
KSI.
the fight, yeah,
Oh, that's
even after
YouTuber.
the
Yeah.
Ngannou
Do you,
Joshua fight.
do you guys actually
Wow.
think KSI is a good boxer?
I thought he beat Tommy Fury, so
Really?
that says a lot. Yeah, I think.
I've
I mean,
seen some of
I
his
didn't
videos.
watch
He
it,
trains
actually.
pretty well.
Yeah, it's because of his style. It's
His
unorthodox.
style is really weird.
really, really strange. I think it would throw Jake
But
off.
same for
Ain't,
Logan. But
ain't
Logan's like a
KSI,
power.
ain't
Like
KSI a southpaw?
Yeah, he's southpaw.
Southpaw.
Yeah, so he's a very unorthodox. I think that would probably be the best fight for Jake overall.
what about Logan? His last fight.
Logan, he's
The
nowhere
rest
near
of-
the skill of Jake or KSI.
He's a decent boxer, but being
okay.
He's a powerhouse.
He's okay.
being
Uh,
the avid pro wrestling fan that I am,
He's better there.
he's a
Yeah.
way better
Yeah.
professional wrestler than he is a boxer.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that he's in the.
He couldn't
WWE.
even drop Floyd. Floyd was like 50.
Yeah.
He's like 150 pounds.
But still, yeah, Logan Paul, he's a tremendous entertainer.
Yeah, he's a great
professional
entertainer.
wrster. He's good there, and I'm happy he's there.
Yeah,
I'm happy
he's a
he
great-
found his calling.
He's a great superstar there.
You think
for
Jake
sure.
would beat him?
Oh fuck yeah, he would destroy Logan.
Yeah,
Knock
but-
him out. Wow.
Logan, man, keep doing what you're doing in WWE, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
That's his thing.
I'm a fan.
If you noticed lately too, I think what's his I Show Speed got
RKO'd, yeah, I watched.
Yeah, I
not
saw
even
that.
RKO. He got a deal to Prime, and now he's
Oh
part
yeah,
of
that's
the
right.
brothers.
Prime's
Dude.
Prime sponsor.
Speed has athleticism. I think if he actually trained, he could be.
They also
I think he
got
played, like, a lot of
Prime
soccer.
got also the WWE sponsor.
Yeah.
Prime
Yeah.
sponsor with the WWE.
Speed is great. He's a great entertainer too.
Oh, speaking of Prime, you see how fast that shit got famous?
Blew
Got
up,
big.
yeah. Logan pushed it.
That's the company I got a sales position.
For Prime?
Logan and KSI
The
pushed that
drinks
shit.
are okay. I like. At
I
first, I
actually
liked
never
them,
drank
then I
one.
got over
I've
it.
never drank one.
They're pretty good.
Well, I'll try
I
it.
had one. I didn't really like it.
But I
They're
know
okay to
it's
me.
like it's kind of like it's like a Gatorade kind of drink. There's
still-
different flavors.
Yeah.
I
versions
still
of it.
Different,
prefer.
It's
different.
a sweet. It's very sweet,
It's like a Gatorade ripoff.
but it's very sweet.
Yeah.
I still
You drink it
prefer
too.
Gatorade over Prime, and
I definitely I would take Gatorade over Powerade and Prime and all that other shit.
Gatorade is just the OG.
well then,
Yeah, it's
what if you ranked Gatorade, Powerade, and Prime?
Obviously
drink it?
Prime would be number 3,
Yeah.
Powerade
Yeah.
number 2, and
Yeah.
then
Gatorade
number
one.
1.
Yeah.
The Powerade isn't bad too. I always just
Not
thought
bad.
Powerade was just another
Oh,
version
yeah.
of Gatorade.
But
That's really what
you
it
know,
is.
I mean, they're all a copy and paste of each
Still-
other, really.
Really, yeah, they're all copying Gatorade.
Gatorade's still though the most famous. I mean, we stocked that. That shit
Yeah.
comes out.
Still on the topic of sports and fighting. We want to talk about the Ngannou Anthony Joshua fight that happened how many like a month
Yo,
ago
he
or
got-
so?
I
ago?
was honestly disappointed.
Knocked
I-
out.
I
was
really
surprised he knocked out that quick.
wanted Ngannou to win.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like Jimmy? You're more of the boxer. What's it called? Analyst. I want to
Yeah.
call you that analyst.
Yeah.
What do you think this sparked Joshua's confidence again? I feel like his confidence was slipping a little bit. 'Cause He's
Yeah.
had some fights where he looked disappointing.
I think ever since the Andy Ruiz fight, his confidence been down a little bit. And then he lost to Usyk, I think, twice. I
Yeah.
think so. Him beating Ngannou, who arguably beat Fury, I think it did
I honestly
skyrocket
think
his confidence.
I think you're right on that. I think Fury
Yeah.
did lose that fight.
I
And
thought he lost
I
it.
just feel like the boxing judges didn't want to
Yeah.
give that fight to
like
an
it was
MMA.
close, but I think the 10-8 round was why Ngannou won. He's the only guy. He dropped Fury. Fury never
Yeah.
dropped him. So I had it like 7-5.
Was it a 12? It was a 10-round fight. That
10
fight.
I had it like 5. I had it like 6-4, something like that. I think Ngannou, he'll never be world class skill level. He's too old, but
Which
his power is what keeps him in contention.
leads to the next question: should people stay in their own sports?
Yes, I think
You know,
so.
it seems like time and time again that has shown that it doesn't work when you switch from
Skill-wise.
MMA to boxing
No, yeah.
and vice versa. you
I
know?
feel like the only person that you could say was successful, and you could call me biased. I feel like the only person that can make it really successful was Conor. Even
Conor.
though he did lose, he
Yeah.
lost the fight. Lost
Yeah.
the fight. I'm a
but he
huge
did
Conor fan.
pretty
He
damn
lost the fight.
fucking good.
He did pretty damn good.
That was
You could say
performance,
the same
yeah.
about Adesanya because he was changed multiple sports and he was.
Oh,
He
he
did
could kill
kick
it.
boxing. You can say that about Poatan, but it's still in the
Poatan.
range of MMA.
It
in
is.
a way.
It's very heavy and
Yeah.
striking. Yeah,
But for boxing wise, because you can't throw kicks in boxing.
boxing
Uh-huh.
distance control, angles, they're all different when you
And one-
compare
one
MMA
thing-
and boxing.
One
Oh,
thing
you're
I've
definitely
noticed,
getting more punches.
one thing I noticed, switching from just like boxing to Muay Thai is very different. You know,
Way
So
different.
It's like if like my coach even tells me, you know, if you're gonna fight the guy, if he starts trying to box you, box him back. Don't try to use Muay Thai or whatever on it. You know, because sometimes like the sport itself would work better against it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like boxers, if a dude from MMA tries to go into boxing, most of the time he loses because
Yeah.
boxing is more.
The whole
It's
art is
different.
different.
It's different, you
Distance
know?
control, angles.
But it'd
yeah.
be different too if a boxer trying to get into MMA.
Get
you
fucked
know?
up.
They
Oh,
get
yeah.
fucked up because you can't. Like boxers are more like they can like kind
close
of.
together. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they
there.
can kind of like absorb the punches.
Mhm.
MMA, you can't really do that as much. It's a
Yeah.
little bit
No,
more
because they're gonna
dangerous.
grab.
And
Yeah, you're
boxing,
trying to keep a
yeah,
distance.
boxing, that tight defense gets you taken down in MMA. It doesn't work in MMA.
Yeah.
That's why guys like James Toney, when he tried MMA, got his ass whooped a long time ago by an MMA fighter, and he's a world class boxer, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it shows the difference between the two sports.
Yeah, Connor's lengthy range that doesn't work in boxing. That's
Oh, yeah.
why Floyd had him.
Speaking of him, he's coming out of his retirement, his 4th retirement.
Chandler.
Hold up.
Chandler. So how we feeling, guys?
I
mean-
think Connor's a better striker for sure.
Do you guys think he was on roids while he was away?
Yeah,
Yeah, for movies.
but
He-
movies and for his leg, I'd say. Yeah, he was definitely on
makes
roids.
sense. You think it's okay though that he comes back?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
think
mean he's
Maybe
looking at
to
him
learn a
now.
lesson. No, I'm just kidding.
Looking at him now, he looks a lot slimmer than he did in the movie.
yeah, he's probably. I guarantee he's not on roids no more.
Well, he's
tested.
fighting at 165, so
Yeah.
he'll have to cut down to 165, and then obviously he'll probably be moved back up to the weight after the.
Yeah.
I mean, I still love
everything.
Connor, even though he was.
Oh,
Oh,
Connor's
I love Connor. He's
he's
great.
He's the biggest
Great for
by
the
far.
sport.
Yeah.
The biggest
Great for the
name
sport.
ever. It's not even close.
I think he's the highest paid I think it was fighter, highest paid to be in his first movie, and then highest paid fight when it came to Floyd.
Yeah, it still
Ever.
holds the record.
It's over Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's broken a lot of records.
Obviously, I'm a huge
plumber.
Conor fan,
Yeah.
and I'm very
He was a
excited.
plumber.
Me and Jimmy, we've had our heated debates
Yeah,
over
yeah.
Conor McGregor over the
Connor's
years,
legacy.
over
Yeah.
Conor's legacy. But you know, it's happy to see him back in the octagon officially this time. We've
Yeah.
been waiting for about 3 years.
Do you
Oh,
think
yeah,
his
long time.
leg is never going to be the same?
He's got that tight. What is it?
Titanium. He has like
Titanium
titanium.
rod.
He's
like,
probably
Ooh.
learned to work with it
Think
though.
that'll help him?
could
Yeah,
actually.
power on his kicks.
It's
Helps
not
with his
bone
kicks.
anymore.
Yeah,
That shit.
but- I'm excited for the fight. I think
Not that he won't
Chandler-
get choked out.
yeah, hopefully not.
Chandler's not going to take this to the ground
I-
unless
no.
he's super. He's a wrestler, but he's been known for his striking. But Chandler, knowing him and the entertainer that he is, he's going to keep this on the feet.
Yeah.
the whole
So
Connor-
you believe he's going to beat
But
him at his own
McGregor
game.
lost to Khabib.
Yeah, he lost to
Submission,
Khabib
right?
and he
Yeah.
lost to Poirier.
Submission, yeah.
Poirier by KO, and then the last fight.
Last fight was
just
just he got hurt.
You know what I noticed?
freak
A lot,
accident.
a lot of people talk shit about Khabib because he takes people to the ground.
I do.
You know? Do you think if he stayed, do you think eventually he would lose his record?
At some point, that lightweight
Besides
division was
being
only
old,
getting
like
better.
getting old and maybe losing
Well,
it.
and,
Yeah.
unless somebody beats him at his own game, then we really can't tell.
Really, I feel like if this is a hot take, I think.
You think he left?
I feel
before?
like
on purpose.
yeah. I don't know. Obviously, there was some personal
Yeah,
reasons
he
Well,
behind
there's
it.
enough
small.
recordings of him to find a weakness during his whole
But
wrestling.
like I said, I'm gonna finish my hot take. I feel like if he would have stayed longer, I feel like a Justin Gaethje or a Dustin Poirier, they would. That was a nice bottle flip. Justin Poirier or Islam or
Probably Islam.
I'm not a fan of Islam or Khabib. I'm not, but
Yeah.
like if Dustin Poirier and Gaethje, if he would have fought those guys again, I feel like they would have caught him.
Yeah, I think Islam. The problem is they would have never fought each other because they're like
Yeah.
brothers. They're
Yeah.
like Sterling and Marab. They're not never fight.
Basically, I feel like
Yeah.
maybe a sleeper guy that would probably beat Khabib would have been Charles Oliveira.
Charles had the best odds, I think.
Yeah.
Most finishes, most well
I don't even
rounded.
know. I don't know who he is.
Oh, he's
He's a
Stu
killer.
Bronx. He's great.
He lost on
Wait,
Saturday, but
is he also Muslim? No.
No, he's
no,
Brazilian.
He lost
Oh.
on Saturday, but he fought well. I mean, he just got.
I felt like he won that fight,
Yeah, it was close. It was definitely close. But I
but
would
I
say
don't know.
Khabib, he would have eventually been beaten. If anything, Father Time would have got him. Either
Yeah,
that,
right.
or he would have never fought Islam anyway. He probably
Oh,
would
yeah.
have just vacated or something, or moved to a different weight
I
class.
just want to make this clear. I am not. This has been known between Jimmy and I am not the biggest Khabib fan on the
Yeah.
planet. I think when they call him the greatest of all time, I
He's
just
not.
roll my eyes.
Yeah, he's not.
It,
It's
irritates,
John.
it literally irritates
Oh,
me. It's John
yeah.
Jones.
It's Jones. Yeah, it's Jones.
Jones for sure, and I don't even know shit. I
It's
just
Ngannou.
Khabib only defended the title 3 times, and he retired. Jones did it over 10
And they,
times.
they use that argument against me and they say, "Aren't you a Conor fan? He's never defended the belt." I'm like, "No, okay, I do love Conor a lot, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
no one's saying he's
not
the
as
best of
good
all
as
time.
John Jones.
Yeah.
and then not just that, like
I'm a John Jones fan first
Look-
and foremost.
Yeah.
look, and then not just that they're saying, oh, we never moved a heavyweight. He moves the heavyweight. What wins first round?
Yeah.
Wins in
gets
the
gone.
first round in under 2 minutes.
Yeah, guillotine.
I have a
I think
question.
that was
Unlike
the belt, right?
unlike
I always have a
Adesanya, who
question.
did that exact same thing and lost.
He lost. He went up to fight Jan Blachowicz. He got fought. He was just too small.
What
Yeah.
was the question?
So if Ngannou stayed MMA
He would have fought
and
Jones.
they fought
Yeah,
Jones,
that would have been interesting.
who do you think would have won?
Jones.
Jones. It would have been in grappling. Unless Ngannou catches him early, he would just got
John Jones would have kept it close.
Talking
You know
about the
what?
longest
I
reach
think
tall
John
guy.
Jones would still strike him with his elbows.
Yeah,
Those
he's,
elbows
he's a
are-
bit.
I feel like Jones's game plan would have been okay.
Take
Take
down.
this guy down,
Yeah.
And I
or
feel
if
like-
it's stand up, he would try to be as close
A lot
as
of
he can.
danger. Yeah.
He would try to grapple him.
I feel like everybody knew that too. Like
Yeah.
especially in Ngannou's team, they knew that he was gonna try to do grappling.
He's one-dimensional.
Well, look what he did to Cyril Gane.
He mauled Gone too.
Yeah. Gane in under 2 minutes. That's
Yeah.
faster than Ngannou.
And
Obviously,
Ngannou-
Ngannou was injured.
Yeah, he was
had
injured.
bad knees
He
at the
had a
time.
bad knee, but
Yeah.
Ngannou's one-dimensional. Jones would have just used what he's not good at, wrestling. That's all he
Yeah.
would have done. If he could catch Jones though, he hits that fucking hard.
He
but-
hits hard. It's the hardest
Yeah.
hitter in the world.
Didn't,
Ever, yeah.
didn't I just saw a video or something a couple days ago? Someone showed me. I think someone beat.
Oh, I saw that.
Ngannou's
But
punch.
Alex broke Ngannou's record for the
Yeah.
hardest
Yeah.
punch. Peloton.
Oh, that's
Broke it.
right. He did.
191 over Jewel units or something like that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I was like, damn.
He didn't even look like he threw hard. He was
He
like,
didn't. He just
That dude's a
kinda went,
fucking
he
warrior,
just-
man. That
Yeah.
dude's right straight from
It
the
was
fucking
just-
jungle.
Can you look that video up at all about him punching?
I have it
Yeah,
on my phone.
it's on UFC's UFC's Instagram, I think.
It was
I'm sure it's
great.
on YouTube.
It's on YouTube too for sure.
Like he barely even,
I kind of want to see
he
it.
threw a
barely
hook.
used any force.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
wasn't
it
in full
looks
power.
like.
Yeah,
He just kind of took a little cock back and then
He hit so
Wait,
Get a new
hard.
tab.
Separate tab.
Oh my bad.
He hit so hard, dude. That's the thing about Alex. Very technical.
He's straight from the fucking jungle. That
Oh,
guy.
dude. He's the only guy that's almost as skilled as Izzy, but hits harder than Izzy. That's why he beat Izzy the first time. So,
Yeah.
but Izzy got him the second time though. He knocked
Damn
him
it,
out.
can't touch
You
this
think-
shit.
Who do you think would win if they fought for a third time?
Mm,
Between Izzy and
honestly, I love Izzy, but that
Yeah,
guy is so
Pereira?
fucking good, man. I don't know. It's that power of Izzy is so.
There you go.
The power Alex has is so. That's the thing. Izzy has a hard time dealing with that power.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that fight this time will go the distance.
Yeah.
Probably should need it.
Okay, how do I- Okay, there we go.
Also,
That's all.
Alex is just bigger than Izzy physically. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Izzy can't like move him that easily. He's a big,
No.
powerful guy.
But I feel like that fight this time will go the distance.
Yeah. I think Izzy would have to come up. He's too small though,
You're
man.
right. It did look. He looked like.
Like he
there
was
you
Yeah.
going like this.
He
Like,
didn't
it wasn't
even-
even hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that on my Instagram.
Yeah, he broke the record.
That was what this week.
Yeah, that was this week.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, it
a
was this
couple
week.
days ago.
Yeah,
Before he fought. Yeah.
he's something else, man.
Oh, what do you think of the He beat Izzy.
Yeah, he beat Izzy. He beat him, and then Izzy came back and knocked him out, and then he left.
And then
No,
Peloton moved
not,
up to
not,
like
not
heavyweight.
of What do you guys think of Sean Strickland?
Oh, Sean,
On Sean Strickland.
best top 5 boxing in UFC, probably.
He's
Top 5. Him, Max.
He's got good hands. After what he did to Izzy,
Yeah.
Well, Izzy was kind of burnt out.
I-
He defended that title
like 7 times.
seven
Yeah.
times.
I think Sean's boxing is really good, but Duplessis kind of like exposed. If you have power, you can break his guard.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
have
think.
a question about UFC, not about the fights, but like the fighters. I know the pay is different
Bad.
from boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
Bad.
what is your
No,
guys'
it
like,
is.
opinion
It is
on
bad.
that?
They're getting sued right now. Actually, no, I think the lawsuit's over, but they got sued for that.
One of the reporters tell Dana like, oh, why don't you give this fight $300,000 to each
Yeah,
fighter?
he said
Yeah.
yes though.
And he did it?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did.
I
And Matt
think-
Holloway got a $600,000
$600K.
bonus.
He deserved it after that.
He got 2 bonuses. He
Fight
got
of the
performance of the night and a fight of the night.
Yeah.
So he got 600.
I think the pay in the UFC, it's the thing about boxing is this is what people don't know. The people you don't know don't go pay shit. If I would have
Yeah.
went pro, for example, I only would have been making maybe 2 and 2.
and
Like,
it's
if I-
hard to be well known.
to be well known. Boxing in UFC, you're guaranteed at least 12K. I think at least. Boxing, you're not even given that when you're new, but it is bad. Like fucking jump. Like the payouts this apparently were pretty bad for UFC 300. Like Alex only made a couple $100,000, which is way underpaid for my opinion for
Yeah.
someone of his
I
size.
feel like Matt Holloway should have got $1
Million, yeah.
dollar bonus.
And then while Canelo makes like 50 mil in one night, but I mean,
What we doing on the cameras? Good.
I think UFC. It's harder said than done to bring up pay. I'll say that
Yeah, it's hard.
they
'cause
can. I think they're a little stingy, but it's harder said than done.
It is a $1 billion corporation, but still, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to talk about.
No,
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got a thought. It's actually completely off the topic at all.
Go for it.
But,
It's random.
It's reality
Really.
podcast. Bro. We go off topic here.
it's actually speaking about another podcast, the really good podcast. What you know what I'm talking about with that blonde chick who interviews, like she interviewed Drake.
Oh, Bobby
It's like
also.
so Bobby,
I
Bobby
don't really-
Althoff.
She's
What
so
do you
annoying.
think about her, by the way?
I don't know.
I think she's.
I think it's pointless.
I think she got lucky. I think she's.
Yeah, I've been
really
hearing a bunch of theories about her.
I heard that she, like,
Had sex with Jake.
that
Probably
I heard
did.
that, but I also heard that like she like sold herself to get fame.
Yeah,
That's
she
why
is
like,
a.
popped off so quick.
She's an industry plant for sure, dude. I think fucking.
I was hearing this thing about like how after the Drake, that's the reason why she got divorced. Apparently, right after her Drake podcast, she deleted the video, and her husband divorced her.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And there's
Or
theory
did she
that
ask for the
well
divorce? I
because
can't remember.
Drake doesn't even fuck with her
I
anymore.
don't-
I
I
think
don't
it was
even know
him.
who this
I heard it was
person is.
him,
Yeah, she's
and
a boring ass
I heard it was because she had sex with
She
Drake,
probably did.
and then possibly and someone apparently she kissed Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
After
Ryan
that
Garcia.
part.
Ryan Garcia is losing his fucking mind. But yeah.
Yeah, what's going on with Ryan?
I think there's 2 possibilities. He is having a mental breakdown, or he's the best troll ever. Like he's just that good of a troll. He could be trolling all of us.
Do you
We'll
think
find out.
do you think it's dangerous for some of the stuff he might be saying
Yeah,
out loud?
like the Bohemian Grove shit, him being like
I get annoyed
raped as a kid and shit.
listening to
Oh.
him.
He's
Ooh.
Ryan Garcia.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why-
I don't know what's
why
going on
is-
with him.
Why is Garcia so big already?
I think he just has
It was just social media.
social media.
It just blew him up because he can punch super fast.
Fast and
Punch
hard.
super fast, and he was hanging with all these influencers.
with the
He
Logan
got his
Paul.
brand up.
And, yeah. Haney's a purist. He doesn't
And
fuck-
plus, he
And
was
then
with
Canelo.
Canelo.
yeah, he's back
Right,
with
Canelo.
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 Yeah.
He's back with Canelo now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, another question. What about influencers? What do we think about them? Like, who are your favorite influencers that you think are actually,
There's some.
I don't really like any influencers
Yeah.
technically.
I would
Like-
say one influencer that I really fucking love. I just found them recently, but it's Bradley Martin.
Oh, he's dope.
But I really freaking love Sarah Safari.
Oh,
Like, I
no,
don't
the
know
chick.
what-
yeah,
I
she's
don't know
cool.
what
Oh, you're
it is,
in love
but-
with her.
Not in love, but I love her.
Yeah, we
Difference.
YouTube growing
You're
up.
that in love.
You guys that know me already know my top anime guys. Swag, Swag Kage, Six. Shout out to Six if you're watching. Thunder God. But that's the anime community. As far as IRL, I watched a lot of Flight Reacts, a lot of DDG,
I
a lot
haven't watched
of
them in a while.
Megan McQueen.
I started watching some of his
Yeah,
videos.
his shit is fire. Who else?
He's a huge Tate fan too.
Yeah, he's a huge Tate fan. And I'm obviously, you guys know what I align with. Fresh and Fit, L Fresh. You guys know what I'm talking about. What's going on with Fresh? L Fresh. Joe Rogan. Who doesn't watch him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys actually, do you guys like Theo Von?
Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah, he's
Theo
funny.
Von is
He's
funny.
funny. I started watching some of his podcasts
Fire.
and hearing about, and like besides him being a comedian, he actually goes really deep in conversation
He does,
about
yeah.
some real shit.
He's brought
It's
on.
like, damn.
He's brought on all
Believe
kinds of
him?
people. He brought on like a police officer. He's brought on like an immigrant
Sean
officer.
Strickland?
Sean Strickland, Dustin Poirier. Brings on everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually like him a lot. Like,
He's dope.
and he's super fucking funny. The way he talks.
I like Brendan Schaub too. Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He's still doing his pod with the fighter and the kid with Brian Callen. They're doing their thing.
Do you think they'll ever go back to doing
him and
the
Theo?
King and the Sting?
I think because Theo moved to Nashville. He was in LA, but he moved to Tennessee. But those guys are awesome together, man. When
Yeah, they
work
were
together.
funny.
They're funny as
Yeah.
fuck.
This is off topic, and I was gonna ask earlier, and I totally forgot. But like, it kind of goes back to like a little bit about us. I don't think I even know what your guys' plan is, but like 10 years from now, where do you guys see yourselves being?
10 years.
Dead.
Well,
I'm
well,
already there, buddy.
Inside.
well, hopefully I'm not dead or in jail. What I plan is I have multiple goals. For me, I have multiple goals. You know,
Yeah.
I'm getting into fighting, so I would love to be a fighter. I would love to see where that could take me. But besides that, though, I do want to be, I guess you could say, an entertainer. I always wanted to be in edit videos, and I was thinking about exactly what I really wanted to do because I used to always want to be in movies, but I was thinking, I want to make my own movies. You know, besides podcasts, I was thinking of making a bunch of skits and short films.
Yeah, like
I was thinking of making
RDC.
a
like-
channel for myself for short
Like
films.
Kobe did with his short film.
RDC. That's good.
So I've been thinking about actually making that a thing soon, but right now that's gonna have to
so
wait.
like producing type thing.
Yeah, but for me.
Yeah,
I,
Yeah.
producing.
I would say in 10 years. I mean, I'm pretty ambitious. You guys already know.
And rich with
You guys know me. I'm pretty. I'd say, if not a millionaire, really close. But I would say, owning my own business, whether that's YouTube, my computer science skill does something with that, or a podcast that's so big that's like my thing. Real estate, I want to get into that. Multiple real estate. By then, I want to have multiple properties. By then,
That's definitely something I want to do too.
Yeah.
Is owning multiple.
that's
properties.
passive income for us. And then, as far as women, I mean, I'm okay with whether I'm just messing around or whether I do have a girl by then. That's a long time. So, right now, I'd say I don't want a woman, but 10 years I might change. But
Yeah, no, I feel that right now I don't have any intention on. I guess you could say settling down.
yeah, nah.
What about you guys,
Oh,
Sebastian?
I definitely when I was talking about the influencers. Definitely want to be a positive influencer, like a positive influence, like not totally biased or
About
recommending
what?
anything. Like let's say, when I start my Instagram, when I start it up, I want to start making more posts about quotes from other people, from especially big figures that have influenced their life. Like there's a recent quote that I posted that says it's about Jim Carrey. I even say it on here so that way you guys know it. And if you've ever, it was during his graduation, and it was the most amazing thing. He's actually said a few more things about it, but this is the one that caught me the most. It's that you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance of at doing what you love.
Yeah, I think I've heard him say that too.
So
Yeah,
I want to start saying things like that, and I want to spread more of a good influence. Like I'm
So
not like a
like-
hard lived
So like a
person.
motivational
Yeah.
influence.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? If you have something motivational, say something right now to the camera. What's something
Don't put him on the
motivational?
spot like
Don't
that.
put on the spot. Say something right
There's
now.
something that I always think
Look
about.
at the camera right now and give a
This
good
is the beginning.
You're live,
to your-
Like,
2 second speech. If you had a quote to say real quick, just on the top of your
You're
mind,
live, pal.
think of
This is the
something.
beginning to your influence.
Well,
career.
I get this from Harry Houdini. It's like your mind is the key to set you free. It's basically the only thing that
Say it to the camera.
Shit
the only
fucking
thing that can
sucks.
truly unlock your potential is yourself, and you have that key. You always have that key inside you. So just remember to use what you know, and it doesn't matter how much you think you can't do it. You can. You can ultimately succeed. There's a person who's literally disabled who was an artist. He had lost all of his ability, and the bottom is like his neck down. And you know what he did? He didn't give up. He's literally drew the most amazing art, and you can find him on Instagram. He's pretty easy to find. I don't have a reference right now, but you can literally. I doubt you be like guy draws with mouth, and you'll find him instantly. And his art is spot on. He can do caricatures. He can do facial like all the facial
expressions?
expressions. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on point. It's amazing what he can
You
do.
make me
That's
want-
literally what mentality.
You make me want to run through a brick wall, and make
God
$1
damn
million.
it.
So
good.
look, let's say you had, let's say God was going to give you a disability. You were going to be born with some type of disability. You have to pick one though. You have a choice to pick one. What would you pick?
I would pick the ability to not move my legs, I guess, because like I
Wheelchair.
don't move my arms. Like you know, a lot of people that's very common. I mean, I already have a disability as it is. God already chosen it's my eyesight. So
Yeah.
he was like, well, you're not going to see the world the way I see it. So let's see you put on these
Basically, I got
glasses.
that one.
What about you?
So yeah, what do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10
Oh,
years.
I was talking about disability.
Oh,
But I hear you. Go ahead.
The 10 years burn.
I
In
think we
10
already know his disability now. I'm just playing.
It's well known.
Well known.
In 10
Stop.
years, I can be honest with you. I don't know.
10 years.
I don't know where I see myself in 10 years. Right now, I just been
What's something you
Well, what's your
might
goal?
want to
Like,
do?
where do you expect to see yourself? Or,
hopefully
like,
in
your
10
goal?
years to have a house, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully have a little family, you know.
A new family.
Nuclear family.
Nuclear
I
family.
mean, that's what it's called. Like the typical, like you know,
Immediate.
One daughter,
like,
one
new
son.
families, like a
Yeah.
wife, husband, kids, house.
Yeah, something like that. You know, just trying to work. You know, made some pretty good money.
It's a family man.
So the
Yeah, man.
traditional life.
Basically, yeah. You know, live a
A simple life.
simple life.
That's
no
what I-
bullshit,
I
no
used to
nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I used to want, but I don't think life is gonna let me have it.
Yeah.
I don't
same
know,
here.
but right now I'm getting a new job and it pays. The pay is pretty good,
That's
so
good,
we'll
bro.
see how.
Yeah,
it
We're
goes.
rolling the dice. Oof.
What
Yeah.
about you, bro?
For me, I'm actually doing quite a bit of things. I haven't even told you yet about it, but
It's fucked up.
I thought we were
I mean,
friends. No.
What the fuck, man? I'm just
Uh,
kidding.
Fuck that.
no, I have a few things going on right now. Like Jimmy said earlier, I actually am in contact with like a couple millionaire real estate agents, or
Yeah.
not agents, sorry, like investors,
Investors,
people that actually make a lot of money.
Wow.
So there's that, and they're helping me out. They're guiding me through all that stuff and everything. So, you know, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And then second, I'm also talking to this other dude that can like help me out as far as like if I don't even want to work anymore, I don't have to. In the meantime, where I can make like
Like
10,000,
Passive
15
income. Yeah.
like $10,000, $12,000 a month, working like 2-3 hours a day.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I'm already halfway there. I just gotta get clients now, which is pretty dope.
That's good.
Yeah.
Once I do that,
Hell yeah, bro.
like I'm pretty much I can just quit my job if I want to.
Yeah.
And then also I want to get into like digital marketing. I want to like eventually like, cause digital marketing is like huge. Like you can make
Oh, yeah.
so much money off that. There's a guy that I know that I've spoken to once over Zoom. He made like $15 million last year.
Goddamn.
So I'm like, dude, like
It's gonna be economy.
I
right
need to, yeah. And he used to live here in California. He moved to Miami. So
That's a good spot.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm like, well,
Sin
like,
City.
I'm gonna do that, and then there's another
That's
side
Vegas.
hustle that I'm doing to make passive income as well, where I don't have to really do much.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just right now, just me working. So I got a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things that I'm doing, and
I feel like
No,
honestly,
same time.
honestly, that's why though. I like it was funny. My boss told me like, he's like, dude, he's like, why are you look so tired all the time? Like my eyes are like just on fire right now, and like they're like bags and everything all the time, and it's just because like I'm always trying to like make time to learn things that you know
Yeah.
I need to learn to get out of just fucking being.
Like, I
Yeah,
feel like
always in a shitty spot.
I feel
Because
like
I mean, he knows. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. Go for
He knows I've always been in a shitty spot. I still am right
Yeah.
now. Like I've been in a shitty spot growing up. So it's like I want to get out of that. So in 10 years, I want to be at the point where
The top.
you know,
the top. Man.
like I want to eventually be able to pay back this dude for everything he's done. Him and his dad specifically.
No, that's
Like they've helped me out
Yeah.
so much, so I cannot express the amount of appreciation and like gratitude I have towards him and his dad. So that's kind of like one thing is just taking care of the people that took care of me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
my
yeah,
biggest
bro.
thing. Yeah.
And
So in 10 years,
Oh, my bad.
that's no 10 years. That's my goal. I wanna
Just
be
drop
able
a
to-
million, like about a few million in my pocket.
I wouldn't mind
I
that.
feel like
I'll
with
be at that point.
I feel like worrying about. I feel like we shouldn't really stress about what we're gonna be at 10 years from now. But
Well,
like, but the
no,
thing
I
with me
actually-
is, but
it's
the
good
thing
to
with
have
me
a
is,
goal.
but no, it's good to have a goal. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like what I do is I look at it day by day. I take things day by day.
That's a
There's
good way.
There's
I
a
don't stress about the future because I need to stress about. I'm not stressed about. I need to focus on now.
At
what
the
am I gonna
present,
do
you know?
Yeah.
now?
There's
I need to
a-
stay on the present. What's gonna help me now that could help me get my future better?
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna actually disagree.
No?
And the
There's
reason-
a sorry.
No, you
real
go ahead.
real quick. So there's actually to go against that. And I'm
Oh,
siding with him.
No, yeah. No,
Is
go for it.
that I read this thing. If you're spiritual, I know Jimmy, you are right.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can
Yeah.
say we all are to a certain degree.
To a certain extent, I am.
Yeah.
You know, we might not be like 100% going to church all the time and stuff like
Oh,
that.
definitely
yeah.
not.
But we
But
both
we
fucking better
believe
start.
we believe in something,
Yeah.
and we believe that there's a greater God out there. So there is
If you
some-
don't, that's fine.
yeah,
if you
it's,
don't,
no one's judging.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's this thing I heard a pastor say. He was like, he's like the goals that you vision. He's like there's early signs of what you could be.
yeah.
He's like, and it's not signs, or it's not just a dream that you just think about. He's like, it's signs that God is giving you to show you that this is where you can be. So if you have a goal, you know, like I was saying, in 10 years from now, like all the goals we mentioned,
Yeah.
you know, that's not just us dreaming of something. That's God telling us, like, hey, like, you can get there, you will get there. I have that set for you.
No, I agree with that.
But you just you gotta go through what I'm saying. I'm putting
No,
you
I'm
through
a-
to get
I
there.
agree with
I'm
that.
gonna leave you. I want to mention actually something on top of that. So you know, I'm actually very religious myself. I believe like exactly what you said. You know, if you have a path, like if you ask God for something, like hey, you know, I want to have a successful future. He's gonna have to give you the challenges for
Yeah.
that successful future. You can't just. It's not just like
If
it's
you
not
want to
free.
be, if you want to
Yeah.
be patient, he's gonna make you go through that to gain the patience.
So if you, so a lot of people don't understand this, but I believe he actually answers your prayer very quick. So you say, hey God, you know, I want to have a successful life. He's gonna give you the challenges right away, and then all of a sudden your life might be kind of hard, but that's just the challenge you're just gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will give up right away and be like, oh no, what the fuck? So they'll just give up, and then that future is just not gonna be there anymore because they don't want to deal with the challenge. But once you actually pass the challenges, go through the obstacle that he laid out for you, the goal is gonna be there just for you, and you're gonna be successful. Whatever your dreams are, you know, it's like a race to the end. You have to go through the race, and then once you finally hit the finish line,
It's
boom,
just with me.
just for you.
With me, I like to. I'm not saying that I don't agree because I do, but I'm just saying I like to take things day
One at
by
a time.
day,
Yeah.
one at a time. Because honestly, I'll admit I'm a huge overthinker. I overthink a lot.
I feel like
if you're close-minded, just say that. No,
No, but like
Just
it.
kidding.
I like to not focus on one thing. Like obviously, it's great to have a goal.
Yeah.
It's good to have goals.
Think
To not
overthinking is
overwhelm
fun.
That's
To
just-
not overwhelm myself. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
wanna
just-
overwhelm
That's what I.
yourself.
That's
I have
what
a
I meant.
whole
Yeah.
like quote for this too. It's based on a movie, so you guys definitely seen this. So like Master Oogway, right? His famous quote that probably everyone remembers is like, "So yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift."
Mhm.
That is why it's called the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just know that every day, tomorrow is a totally mystery. Like it's totally unknown what it's gonna happen. You don't know if you're gonna get hit by a bus. You're gonna win $1 million.
Well, hope you don't get hit by a bus.
You do know your history. You don't know what happens,
I
and
hope you
those are
don't get
life
$1 million.
lessons that you
Yeah.
take. Those are life lessons that you take with you throughout your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
But
I think
you have to take in the now always.
I think stress is actually necessary. I think
agree, yeah.
you
I
can't.
think it creates who you are.
I think dealing it's how you I think
How you
it's
act
about
under it?
learning how to deal with stress.
If you can handle
Living
pressure.
living life stress free will probably make you the saddest person on the
Make
planet.
you make you weak.
Because I don't, you probably know where I'm talking about this from, but you know, I don't think life really is about being happy, especially for a man.
I agree.
You know, it's don't you feel more accomplished? Let's say you deal with a bunch of stress. You go through a very stressful day. Once you actually dealt with it and you finish it, you feel usually happier because hey, I dealt with it. You didn't want to get up for work, but you did it anyways, and you're tired. After you finish going to work, all of a sudden you feel more proud about yourself. It's not exactly happiness. It's that you dealt with the stress, and that's what really makes you feel proud about yourself. And I think that's what we're really seeking is
Well, that's why
Like,
we had the gym to help
being
relieve
proud.
our stress.
I
That
feel,
too.
I feel
Yeah.
useless if I didn't do anything productive.
Yeah.
if I sat around all day doing nothing, that's not. I feel like shit. But when I get 4 hours of sleep and I gotta wake up for work and go train and fucking suffer just to repeat the same thing for the next day, I feel accomplished when I actually do get to relax. When I actually do get to relax, it feels more rewarded. And even then, I don't know. I feel like dealing with stress is it's necessary.
Yeah,
You know.
stress. I would say
Builds you up.
challenges definitely builds character. I think.
Oh, it definitely does. Challenge does.
You have two choices. This is the truth. You guys know my ideology already if you've been watching me for a while. You can either
And if you haven't, Houston, it's been.
you can live to be happy, which doesn't mean you're probably not gonna be successful, honestly, or you could live to win. There's two different things. Happy implies immediate gratification. You're not going to become rich immediately unless you win the lottery. If you're going to win, the majority of your journey to win is going to be very stressful, especially if you're starting young. I would say be prepared for stress because you're not going to be able to avoid it. If you want to win and reach that status or that level, you're going to struggle.
You're
You're
gonna have
going to
to go
suffer
through
way
bullshit.
more than the guy that's trying to be happy.
It's like you gotta. It's like about learning who can learn how to deal with stress the best.
Yeah.
It's like a competition, you know. If you want to be successful and like a leader, you got to be able to handle all kinds of stress. And a lot of people nowadays can barely handle any type of stress.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
In life,
inconvenience.
you're gonna go through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. I'll
It's
say
just
this.
how it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bullshit that's gonna be thrown your way.
I feel like I've learned a lot through all the
Yeah.
things I've dealt with,
Oh yeah.
and I feel like now like things that were a big deal back then are nothing to me.
Nothing now.
And that's I feel like great to me. you
And
know?
to you as the viewer, we're not like diminishing your struggles.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
like we're not telling you like stop being a little bitch. No,
I am stop being a bitch.
No, but like you really should think of that as a way to get yourself up from bed. Like that's another step. You know, you think it's like a minute thing. It's like, oh, that's minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Like get out of bed. Anybody does that. No, not everybody wants to get out of bed. That's
You
the thing what they're talking about too. When you go to work, nobody wants to go to work, but you have to pay bills. Nobody wants to do anything that requires you to physically or mentally deal with the struggles of life. But you have to just go through it, the motion, because the world will keep spinning. The sun's going to be still out. The moon's still going to be orbiting around the planet. Not for long, but still there.
Well, this is great. You know, this is actually. I think we should start talking about like the importance of masculinity.
Let me ask you guys, what is the biggest stress or struggle you guys have went through recently or at all in the last 5 years that we've actually been out of high school?
Probably.
Biggest?
That's here. Yeah.
Probably.
Something that like has affected you to the point where like, you know, you feel like it's just, you know, it's the biggest thing like
I don't really
that
have
you
it.
had to overcome.
I don't know. I can't really explain because I've been through a lot of not a lot of stress, but put myself in situations where I was stressed out, but it ended up being not that super stressful. I was just overthinking the situation.
I would say for me, it's not anything specific. It's just a majority of things, and it's just lessons that I need to learn.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to overcoming a death of someone else or overcoming, friendships that weren't friendships. I guess you could say, or whatever, dealing with people going behind your back and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like there's not anything specifically. Nothing that I would actually go back and actually want to keep thinking about.
No,
Yeah.
I like to move on.
I feel like with me though, I probably with the question you're asking, I probably say looking for a job that fits my skills. It wasn't hard. I'm glad I got the job that applies to my skills. It took a while for me to, but I was getting comfortable in my current job, and that was a part-time position.
I don't really.
And I was
look
being
at
lazy. I was being lazy, not looking for another job, and I had to tell myself, and obviously my friends, family, reminding me, hey, you're about to be 24. You can't keep doing part-time for much longer. It's time, to look for a full-time job that's gonna pay well, and you could get some money for yourself. Like, it's time, and I agreed, and started. Shout out to my mom, helped me out, and helped me out with my applications and all that shit, and now here I am with the new job. That,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go for it.
I was gonna say like about Sebastian,
I mean,
like biggest struggle or challenge you had to go overcome.
I feel like everybody like deals with this in their own way, but it's like getting out of your comfort zone. Everybody doesn't want to be like. That's another thing we should say, like, well, about stress involving that. Don't be too comfortable. If you're comfortable, that means you're doing something wrong. So people have said this multiple times. It's like, oh, well, what happens if I want to relax? It's like, what I'm saying is that you shouldn't feel the need that you, like, can't relax. No, you don't need to do that. But if you're comfortable with a situation and you feel like you don't need to do anymore, it's probably a mission to do something more, or maybe create something more of your life. Like, in my job, I took a position that I really didn't feel comfortable with, that I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do it because I wasn't going to be able to learn much. I wasn't going to be able to implement it in a way that makes me a better worker. But I did, and I did my part, and I got into it, and I'm pretty happy with myself because that proves that I'm better than the person that I was yesterday. And now tomorrow's a new me.
Yeah, I'd say probably when I first finished high school. I think the beginning of college, I was carrying a ton of stuff at the same time. I was college. The YouTube was still not making any money, but I was still posting like every day. I would say I was also doing like an internship for what I study. Just not even that shit alone. I think it was the loneliness that comes with it. That was probably the hardest part. But eventually, you just learn how to carry the boats, like Ogden says, bro. Now it doesn't. I don't like being alone is not really a problem. But back then, it did affect me quite a bit. I was like,
I feel that.
fuck, man. But now I'm like, it's another day in the office. So,
Do you feel people have gotten used to like seclusion ever since COVID, or
Oh,
you think
yeah.
that shit has been like?
I think it shows who the, not to sound like cynical, but it shows who the weak people are.
I kind of
during
am.
COVID.
I kind of am used to it. At first, I was, because, COVID, I get to chill at home all day. Fuck yeah. Do school online. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like, okay, I'm getting older. Don't really like being out. Don't really like being home that much by myself. Sometimes I like to go out.
I'm the way I am. Like, I live, and that's not negative. I live in seclusion, but it's on the grind though. I'm just always.
Oh yeah.
All the time, like not
There's
24/7.
a difference between you though,
Yeah.
Jay, because you have a focus. You can be totally by yourself as long as you have some set goal,
Yeah,
or
something
something
I'm
you're
doing.
maintaining towards.
Because
Like working out by yourself.
Because you think of it as a
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah.
Friends aren't a distraction; they're a good distraction.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
a positive
good
influence in
distraction.
your life, depending who they are.
It's always good to have the boys.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
good to have boys, but or the girls, whatever you fucking want. But the thing is, like, with that subject in mind, what do we think about masculinity? To get back on that.
Well,
role.
actually,
Oh,
I
Jimmy,
think
right?
it's.
What
What about you though? What's the hardest thing you had to overcome?
Oh, dude, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's so much.
Oh man.
Or how about this? What do you have to
How much
overcome
time we
and how
got?
to make you learn?
How much time we
learn
got?
from
Oh,
it?
shit.
yeah,
Let's do it.
how much time you want me to spend? No, I mean, honestly, I couldn't say almost everything I've went through have taught me the same amount of, lessons, compared to other things. Like I would say if you asked me a few years back, I would say the biggest thing was probably like finding out where I was gonna go. That was probably my biggest thing. But looking at that now, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's my biggest thing right now. Like my personal story very, very depthly because I've told you. But like, I had to recently just deal with losing somebody, not like death wise, but like splitting up with my partner.
Yeah.
And like that was someone that I know that it's just someone you date, right? Like then you get over it.
Well, there's more to the.
But there's more to it, and so it's like it's hard, especially given the fact that the other circumstances I was put in as well,
Yeah, man.
to where it's like I didn't have like many people around me.
Yeah.
So like I would say like you guys all have family, right?
Mhm.
I don't really have much of that. So
Mine
for
is just
me,
my dad.
yeah.
Right.
So for me, it's like with this person, it's like I truly cared about her. I still do. I still love her and I still think about her. But like I was already in that mode of like I gotta take care of my family.
Yeah.
She was somebody I had like at the top of everything, and like I still am in that phase of trying to let her go. but I'm still like can't, you know.
As
It's
a
like-
person in a relationship, I get what you mean, like 100%. Because when you're in a relationship, you're not only sharing a part of your life with somebody, they're taking a piece of you with them when they leave or separate during a certain circumstances, especially how it ends. Because you can have good separations with somebody, and then you leave off, and then you feel a weight off your chest,
Yeah.
because that means that everything ended off really well. But then you have something in your case where I assume it didn't end the greatest of ways you
Yeah.
wanted it.
And I mean, like I said, I know eventually I'll get over it.
Yeah,
I'm
takes
not
time.
saying,
Good.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna be stuck on her
Healing
forever.
takes time.
Yeah,
But it's, I would say right now that's probably the biggest struggle, because it definitely did keep me like in a down state from
Do you-
doing anything I wanted to do or needed to do.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's gonna, because of this, it's harder to like connect with other people, other
I
relationships?
I feel like even before that I was kind of just like, I mean, you know, I don't like people as it is. Like I barely go along with anybody. So, and it's not because like, you know, I couldn't make friends. It's just I just didn't like certain people. People probably like
You
like
probably picked the
talking to
most
me.
meanest people on the planet.
Yeah,
I'm not that neat.
Yeah, and
You're
so
just
it's
a
like
bitch. I'm just kidding.
people probably like talking to me, but it's like, you know, it's just kind of my thing where like I just keep a small circle, and so
That's
Yeah.
perfectly understandable, man.
especially
Yeah.
after this though, putting my trust into somebody, letting them be in my life as much as I let her. I did tell her when we got together, like, you know, she did mention like why like I can't help you fix any problems we have if you don't open up and tell me, which I understood, you know, and I was okay. It took a lot, and I did it. And, you know, right now, it's like I remember why I didn't want to do that, because it's just I'm the type of guy that, like, you know, I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do, but I will like literally go to like extreme lengths to try to maintain or sustain anything that, you know, whatever situation I'm in, whether it's keeping a roof over our head or doing something to provide with whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it definitely makes it harder now wanting to connect with somebody else. I can't do that.
You think it's gonna? You think you ever will let yourself open up to another person?
It'll probably take time.
Friends,
Friends,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure.
Probably take time to get
Yeah.
that trust out again.
Yeah, it'll take time.
Yeah, most likely. But you know, like I said, I have some personal things in my life that, you know, I have to think about that will kind of dictate whether I want to put that trust into a partner.
Right.
And then also I just want to make sure that I take care of myself too.
Yeah.
So it definitely affects a lot of things.
That's something you just gotta go one step at a
Yeah.
time with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
Women, I think we all have different perspectives on women.
They
to an
can
extent, but
they can be like the greatest
Yeah.
thing in your life, and then be
be the worst.
fucking
the
worst.
worst,
yeah, this is what I say about women, and all our perspectives are different. If you guys watch me, you know I'm very blunt with when it comes to being a male in like first world country. I'd say you got to lead, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to lead. You got to carry the boats, like Goggin says. You can't let her run you, because even I think everything I do is calculated. So from a logical standpoint, when the woman is equal to you or above you, it doesn't work. That's why most marriages end in divorce, and most of those marriages are ended by women,
Especially if they're educated.
especially if they're
it's high.
educated.
I also believe, you know, men are very motivated by women.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the things we do, whether it's you don't know it or not,
It's for a woman.
it's for a woman.
Yeah.
The way you dress, the reason why you might want to even have money.
Yeah.
I mean, if no one, let's say there's no women or no one cared about what women think or that wasn't our motivation, we would all be fucking homeless, not giving a shit.
Yeah,
we would be around a tree, fucking happy that we just
Just
sit it on
hunting
fire.
fucking animals.
You know?
Yeah.
But you know, we're very motivated by women. You know, we're also. I feel like men are very emotional when it comes to women a lot. Whether, women are the emotional creatures, but women are our weaknesses.
Do you think
a lot of
this is
times.
a controversial question? Do you think? I know Tate talked about this.
Yeah.
You might know, but do you think men or women take heartbreak more?
Oh, what
I think
men do.
men deal with it the
Yeah.
hardest, and it's a little harder for men to deal with because it's with a
Tell me
girl.
about it.
Yeah.
I heard I think I forgot who explained it. It might have been Tate. I forgot who, but they said think of it as like the world is basically the way that relationships are. They kind of make it to where women are like practiced to be ready to lose their partner.
They are.
Rather than men are ready to lose their partner, because for us, what do? We provide, right? We take care.
We have more to lose.
We take care of our women like they're our child.
Yeah.
Women are being taken care of by us like if we're their father.
Their father, yeah.
And eventually, you know, they're gonna lose their parents. But we would obviously hate to lose our child more than we would rather lose our parents, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just the normal, you know,
That's a great way to put it.
logical thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why I think for us, it's like, for us men, it's way more harder on us for a heartbreak
Yeah.
than it is on a woman. And I'm not saying that women don't deal with a
Yeah, they
heartbreak.
feel it. They feel it.
You know,
Yeah.
I know they feel it.
They
and
definitely
it-
handle it different.
Yeah, and it's just, I think to the degree that I said that us men, we feel it because it's like we're losing our child,
Yeah.
you know, because we invest so much of ourselves into them.
Yeah, the way it is, especially today, even from a logical standpoint, legally, it's against us. Say monetarily, usually the money goes to the woman. Marriage specifically, a kid, child custody, 90% goes to the woman. Alimony to the woman, child support to the woman, half of your shit to the woman. So the point is, men, even from a logical standpoint, have more reasons to feel the heartbreak. Not even just from a biological standpoint. Also, I'd say, even if you think about it logically, as far as the dating marketplace today, just think about it. Who has more options, the average guy or the average woman? It's not even close.
I'd say it has to do with like the states and what country you live in. Like, but us,
Yeah, that matters for
Well, I
sure.
also saw too, like, I saw a study where, like, with like a bunch of dudes, they had all these, like, you know, very attractive women.
Yeah.
Out of all those dudes, the 5% of dudes that women were attracted to, all those women were in the same, like,
Exactly.
battle to get that 5%.
They're all fighting for
Yeah.
the top guy.
So it's like, you know, but for us guys, we don't really care,
They don't
you
care.
know, if they have money, if they, you
Yeah.
know, if they got all this stuff. Like, we just care if you're deep down to earth, you know, like, we
Yeah.
could date a girl at McDonald's.
From McDonald's. Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
We could date a girl who doesn't even have a job, you
Uh,
know?
so-
And I also believe in like the male role as like, you know, you take your girl out, you know, you usually plan it, you pay for the dinner.
Chivalry.
Chivalry.
Yeah, I believe in that strongly. The thing that people are trying to say, like, oh, you know, it could go both ways. I don't think that works. You know, you don't really want a masculine woman
No. No.
versus a
Doesn't
masculine man. It's two odds fighting against each other, and eventually it's gonna break. You know. You know, I do think it could kind of work when I guess the woman is masculine and the man is opposite,
feminine.
feminine.
But it just wouldn't
But
work.
it still doesn't really usually last that long.
You
No.
see some relationships like that, like usually,
see it, yeah.
usually famous people. Usually the women, for some reason, are just
They run it.
and it's crazy. I mean,
But it's almost unnatural.
It's not natural.
Like,
no, It's not.
We gotta like it for a guy. It's actually more difficult for us to even try to find a girl than it is for a woman. Because like I'm not trying to put that in. I'm 100% sure women up there struggle. Maybe not as much.
Not
But-
near as much.
Not near as much, but definitely do struggle when it comes to finding a guy. But it's mainly because guys are the seekers. We have been that way.
We're the
It's
hunters,
like,
yeah.
some people would argue like, well, women try to seek out for guys too. It's like, well,
Yeah.
a guy's on the daily would probably go on your DMs than a guy ever getting DMs from every other woman.
Most guys are their shit's fucking dry as fuck. They don't get shit.
And females, they do have very high expectations for a man. You know, height matters, money matters, the way you dress, the way you talk, if you're funny. You know, I mean, even some of those little things don't even matter.
If
as
you
much,
want
but-
kids,
it's
you
like
know.
things sometimes you can't even control.
Yeah,
Your
things-
height.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
You know,
control your
Can't try
height.
height.
Us, we're like, I like your butt. I guess, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
it. You know.
yeah, we become more physical characteristic. But like there's some us that
Nah, but even
love that.
besides that,
Yeah,
too,
besides
you
that.
know, like if we, I feel like
The
men, if we
personality-
connect with you a
If
lot.
the personality
We'll
is
just
like
fall.
amazing, like it just makes us really want to stay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would
if you're
say.
toxic, then you.
Yeah, social media really revolutionized dating. 50, 60 years ago, our grandparents could marry and they'd probably stay together forever. Now,
That's why a lot of them were still together.
you see like 30, 40 plus year marriages. Today, with social media, here's the thing about women.
3 to 4 months.
You guys, yeah, exactly. Here's the thing about women. You guys already heard me say this if you've seen my pod. Women's dating marketplace value is their beauty. And what does social media display? Displays you. It displays how you look. That's all we care about. What women care about are other, much more strict characteristics, like how much money you make, how tall are you, how strong are you, how smart are you, how witty are you. That's a lot of things you got to build and create over time. Women's beauty, by the time they're 18, their options are there. For a man to get money, intelligence, sweat, like
Yeah, we
drip,
don't get that started
money,
back, man.
business,
That's why-
that takes time.
That's why.
That's
That's
the
why they
thing.
say women are on a clock, and
Yeah.
men just age like wine.
Wine.
Because
Oh.
women will rotten like milk
Yeah.
as
Exactly.
as time goes
Yeah.
by.
Spoiled milk.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why the man, when they're older, like after the 30s, they
30s,
become more
40s.
attractable to younger women.
And
Exactly.
that's the cool part about being a male. Even though I feel like we do deal with a lot more difficulty,
Way more.
It's- it's like you build your character. You know, it's up to you to choose on who you want to be, and it's like it's a lot more respectable.
Yeah.
You know, and when you do make it, you could be very proud of yourself. And for the 1% of men that make it, you know, that's why it's so.
They take over.
It's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice. And when women talk about, oh, men get this, they're still talking about the 1%.
Yeah,
they're not talking about the
majority.
average man.
Yeah.
Even though a slightly above average man still doesn't get all that
The
attention.
average man's
you know?
taking out your garbage right now.
Yeah, exactly.
The average man is alone right now, probably getting no DMs at all.
Yeah,
You
here's
know?
the thing though. Women, here's what the thing about privilege. Privilege is invisible to those who have it. Women think every man's the top 1%. You that fat dude that walked past you, you didn't even notice him. That 1% guy is 1% for a reason.
Until he stops
These
losing
all
weight.
these average guys, you don't fucking give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
That's the
You
thing.
don't even look at them.
You don't even look
barely
at
even
them.
smell them.
Like you go on Tinder, they don't mean nothing to you.
In
Like
fact,
top 1%.
you
is
see
what
it so
care about.
often that these gym girls will record guys that are supposedly looking at them. It's like, well, if you dress a certain way, and
You have your
look a
ass sticking
certain way-
out. I mean,
Yeah, then it's
It's
gonna
like-
happen. It's like,
it's-
oh, that the men should control themselves. It's like, why are you recording in the first place?
And
First,
it's
you're kind
also-
of put us as the devil and everything, but we literally created everything around you because we
Yeah.
wanted to make your life better.
It's
Exactly.
also just in our nature as men. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
like what we see. It's just
or
it's-
visual.
It's a male's
I think-
like just natural instinct of like, damn, like I want that guy.
Beauty.
It's like men are all territorial. So
I think Tate had a very good quote. I think it was, men fall in love with what they see, and women fall in love with what they hear.
What they hear, yeah.
And it's very true.
It's
you
true.
know?
Women, what sex is to us is attention and validation to women. Like the attention they get from you, the validation, what they hear. That's sex to them. To us, it's just clapping cheeks. That's our gratification. Women, sex to women isn't important unless they actually love you or are very close to, very
it's
attached
an
to you.
emotional.
It's an emotional thing. That's why when a woman cheats, they're done with you. If a man fucks some bitch out of some strip club, I know that sounds misogynistic. They don't give a fuck about that. Bitch. They're just trying to clap.
It is different. It is a double standard with men.
Yeah.
You know, it's when we cheat, we won't care.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not trying to promote cheating at
Yeah,
all
I mean,
whatsoever.
Here's
you know?
what I don't agree with: the lying. Like, tell your girl. Here's the thing: the majority of men can't do that anyway. If you're not top, at least 20% of men, you can't go up to your girl and be like, "I'm gonna fuck other chicks."
Yeah.
You could leave if you want to leave. They're gonna leave probably, unless you're top
Unless-
20%, or
Yeah,
you're charming enough, you have enough money,
You have the
tall
status.
enough, you have the
Status
status.
does matter a lot.
Yeah. But if a woman fucks another dude, she's in love with him. It's over.
That was an
Done.
emotional choice.
Yeah, that was an
It
emotional
wasn't-
choice.
It wasn't just a pleasure.
It wasn't like a biological. It was like, oh, I want to fuck her. Like
Yeah.
the girl thought it through. She's like, oh, I like this guy. Wow, he's great. I'm gonna fuck him. That's way different.
Because it took time for her to get to that decision.
Exactly.
It wasn't just a split decision.
It was not a split decision. Like a guy at a strip club, she's a bad bitch, and they clap. That's not.
That's
really
why
what it's saying.
it feels like sex is definitely a bigger deal when it comes to women. You know,
Way bigger. Yeah.
people care more, you know, and I get like they try to be like, oh, my body, I can do what I want. But if you think about it, when you have yourself a daughter, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want that for your daughter.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like women are very valuable. You wouldn't want to see something, especially something that's not like very earned. It's easy for women to go out and have anybody they want. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
It's
for
not
them.
respected.
options.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
not
the
respected.
options, and if you think about it, it's less respect. If a lot of people respect the guy for be able to have a high body count because it
Had
took
to earn
him.
that.
Yeah, he had to earn that. It was hard for him to do that.
Yeah.
For women, though, they just have to show up.
They just open their legs and that's it. I mean,
What are,
that's
what,
all
are,
they have to do.
what are your thoughts, John,
I don't know what.
on the whole women thing?
Wow. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that. To be honest, I just, for me,
Yeah.
it's just, it is what it is.
I'll say
I'll
this.
fuck anything that moves.
I'll say this for a young guy. I'll say this, and I have a different perspective. I'm not saying everyone should have it. You should have been focused on bitches if you're broke. I'm just being honest. You should have been focused on taking a bitch out.
Not
You
this
should
time,
focus on,
at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're young and you're 20, 21, you're broke as fuck. You got no car, no job. You're living with your parents. Why you fucking bitches, bro? I'm just being honest. Like, people might refute me and say, "Oh, I just want to have a good time. It's about having a good time, you know, a fun time. We don't live very long, bro. Do you want to be broke? It doesn't matter how long you live. Do you want to be broke? Like, do you want to be a loser? Ain't no woman that you want's gonna be with you if you're a broke ass loser. You might clap a couple whales here and there, but a real woman's not gonna. A bad bitch is not gonna even look at your way. Those are the bitches you want. That's the bitches we all want. They're not gonna even look your way if you're broke as fuck, bro. I'm sorry.
It's competitive out there too.
Competitive sport.
And I feel like a lot of people, like nowadays, I feel like a lot of men lost their sense of pride. I feel like compared to back then versus now, a lot of men just lost that pride. And wouldn't you want to feel like you're a stud? You know, wouldn't you want to wake up one day like, yeah,
Winner.
bro, I grinded, I feel good, I earned this girl to my left. Shit, I also got this girl to my right.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a sense of pride that every man has, especially deep down, and it's up to you to if you ignore it or not.
Exactly. Winners. Here's what a good quote I heard from my boxing coach. He says, "Winners win, and losers just complain." So honestly, the greats. Here's the difference between an average guy and a great guy. They don't ever complain. They just talk solutions. The average guy wallows in his pity. You know, wallows next to that whale that's giving him comfort. The truth is, winners are gonna be hated, man. You're gonna be hated, and I know I'm hated by several people out there. So if you want to be a winner, bro, you're gonna be hated. And at the end of the day, whether they hate, you create. That's another good quote that I heard. So it's really up to what kind of man you want to be. That's the choice you gotta make.
What color is your Bugatti?
What color is your Bugatti? I'm just kidding.
What color is your bitch? I'm just kidding.
What color is your Ferrari? I'm just kidding.
But yeah, man, we could all agree here. I think we all also have different opinions too.
Yeah, we
You know,
do.
Everyone has a certain thought on like how they think relationships should go.
Different
People,
opinions, different beliefs.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
everyone believes different things. But I feel like there is a majority of people who believe the same things. You guys get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
me, I'm very cutthroat. Like I'm not gonna say like
Me and him
oh,
share a lot of the same opinions.
Yeah, like
I believe more traditional.
Yeah.
Traditional. There you go.
yeah,
That's what
traditional.
I am very traditional
Like-
too. I think it just works
And
best.
if you want to put gender roles in that traditional, then
Yeah, like
That's
I'm
what
very
I
cut. The only reason I'm cutthroat is not because I don't agree with traditionalism. It's just it doesn't work in today's. If we lived 50 years ago, I'd be traditional as fuck. I'd probably be married by now. But
yeah.
today's world, social media, a bitch can dump you for some fucking rich guy that flies her out to his yacht. It's that simple for a bitch
She
to
might
leave
be
you.
doing OnlyFans.
Or she could be doing OF and making more than you do than the guys that paying the road for you to get here. That's the world we live in. So I'm more cutthroat about it. Here's one thing I will say though, in defense of women, if she's the right one, then you gotta treat her the way that you're supposed to. You know,
Yeah.
traditionally, you provide, you protect, you
Oh
serve.
yeah, no,
That
I
way.
was raised by my mom and my dad that you
Yeah.
should always take care of a woman. You know,
Yeah,
when you're walking
absolutely.
on a sidewalk, she's gonna be on the
100%.
opposite side from the street. You know, when ladies first, open the door for her, all kinds of
Yeah.
respectful stuff like that. Pay on the first date.
And
Most
also,
dates, really.
I would say this as well. I'm only lecturing you guys. If you're not top 20% of guys, you can't be talking to women the way I'm talking. I'm talking to you guys, the guys watching. I'm not going to go up to a woman. I'm not top 20%. I'm not going to go up to a girl and be like, yeah, I'm going to fuck other bitches. Nothing you do about it.
Yeah.
She'll laugh at me right now. So if you're not top 20%, you're
No,
not making
literally.
6 figures, 6 foot, or whatever, do not talk or become that until you've earned that. You got to earn that status to be that kind of way. That's the truth. So don't think that just because I'm telling you this, you're broke. You go up to some bitch and say, I'm going to fuck other bitches. And you're gonna stick around. They're gonna laugh at you.
I feel like it's a lot of people they don't talk about because when you watch some of these influencers, they'll be like, oh, do this, do that, but they don't talk about like only the top.
Yeah,
can actually
only the top
do
can
certain
even
things.
yeah.
You know.
You cannot go around doing that unless you're top at least 20%, 6 figures a year. You got your own crib, your own car, everything. If you're not there, don't dare talk to a woman like that. If she's even remotely attractive, she's gonna laugh your ass out of her house or whatever. So. That's just the reality. Reality is very, very dry and cutthroat. But that's the way I think. We all think differently, but yeah.
I would just say a lot of guys forget or have forgotten how to really, treat women
Yeah.
I
the
think
right
so
way.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I think a lot of males became bitches too.
Yeah, bitches.
They don't know. They don't know how to take care of a girl or talk to them nowadays. And
And here's a problem I see from the guys that are masculine that I see in defense again of women. A lot of guys get resentful because they are broke, they are losers, and they end up hating women because they're like, oh, women are so picky. I'm like, why should they pick your broke, fat, nasty ass when this
and
guy
ask
makes
yourself
more
a question.
money? Like,
Ask yourself the question too. Would you pick you?
exactly. Look yourself in the mirror right now and say, if you were the same age and you were female and you were attractive, would you pick you? Most of us, let's be honest, most of us would say no right now.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I'd say no. No, I wouldn't pick myself yet. So don't go around being resentful. Don't wallow. If you're wallowing, you're a loser. I'm sorry. That's just the reality.
You
The
can
women-
spend all that time wallowing to improve yourself.
grind. Here's one thing. Speaking of heartbreak, I experienced. Some few of you guys know this that were in my Discord, but I experienced it pretty bad a couple years ago too. Thomas knew about it. I think I told them too, but it hurt pretty bad. It hurt pretty bad. The way I channeled it though, I grinded more. Like the next day, I fucking maxed out like in the gym. I just worked harder and harder. I actually found more success. So if you know how to channel your anger or channel your depression,
In
I'm
a
not gonna call it
productive
that.
way.
But yeah, in a productive way, it's actually fuel for you. A lot of guys wallow. They don't go to work anymore. They stop
They don't know
fucking
how to
training. Eat like shit. I never did that. I was actually amped from
Yeah, I worked harder than ever. You know.
Yeah.
So I go to the gym, baby.
yeah. So channel it that way. Energy. Here's one thing about energy. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred, even from a scientific standpoint. Transfer it to the right place. If you're like, oh my god, boo-hoo, you're just gonna be a fat fucking loser, and she probably was right in leaving you. This is reality. But you can prove her wrong too. Go to the gym, get in shape, get money, and I guarantee she'll probably text you again. So that's the way I look at it.
And it goes both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Women,
Women
women
too.
too. Women
Yeah.
too. They it seems like nowadays they've forgotten how to treat.
Oh, absolutely,
the right
dude.
way as well.
Absolutely.
It's because I feel like a lot of their expectations are very
So high.
But what do you
now.
think
Entitlement.
But
Entitlement.
what do you think it's influencing them with all these like
Other women.
other
Feminism.
with
Well,
all these,
the,
Yeah,
Feminism
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
started that whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, and then some of these,
well, we can't
famous
say
people.
feminism in general. We let's just be
Well,
unbiased about that.
feminism-
Like no, like good feminism,
But
like the ones that
There's
wanted
good.
them,
There's good feminism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the ones
Yeah,
that
there
wanted
is.
these women to vote to be able to
But
do the
what
things
is
that men do.
what is feminism?
Not the
There's a spectrum. So there's the good ones that are like be feminine, be supportive, and then there's the extreme radical feminists like fuck man, I'll just get a
I
surrogate.
can hit you,
fuck
but
all
you
that
can't
shit.
hit me back.
Exactly.
kind of
I
thing.
can slap you and you can't touch me. Fuck all you. That's radical feminism. That's the one that's fucking up women. What the
Not
main
to say
thing is
that
though.
you can't hit a woman.
Yeah.
Just don't hit a woman.
Don't hit women. I'm not saying hit women.
Don't do that.
But this is what I'll say though about
Smack across her face.
No.
this is the main thing though about
Make a sandwich.
I'll say about female entitlement. The main source is even the average bitch getting hundreds, if not thousands, of matches on DMs, Tinder, all those other dating apps. That's the main source of entitlement. A bitch be like, look at me, I got 5K matches. I'm like, those guys don't give a fuck about you. They want to clap. You think they care about you? But the point is, I think that's the main thing fueling women is, oh, look at my DMs. I don't need you. Look, like that's the major source.
And
of
I think another-
they'll lose the good guy just for the
Exactly.
just for the validation. And
Validation.
attention.
I
Yeah.
think another thing they have to be wary of is losing a good man that you're thinking that they're gonna be broken after that heartbreak. You know,
Yeah.
like we said, you're gonna have people like most of us who are gonna be like, no, we're not gonna sit on this ground dying.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get up. We're gonna live our life. And then when you come back and see our lives and see how that we're successful and see that we are happy and that you're with some other guy, who's
Loser.
probably, some loser, probably.
Life.
You're gonna be like, man, I regretted my decision. I wish I stuck with him to see if he can grow.
Yeah, I'm more cutthroat. Like I said, to me, life's a competitive sport. Like if you're not my friend or in my circle, I'm gonna run you over, or at least try to. That's the way I think. I'm not saying everyone should think that way, but I guess
Or
experience.
even entertain them.
Or entertain them. I'd say I think it all depends on how you grow up. Like here's the thing: as long as you're happy, doing what you want to do, you have a roof over your
Yeah.
head. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you're vibing, it's whatever. The way I think is more like I want to conquer,
Yeah.
But if you're a guy, a family man, making $60K a year, your wife's happy, your kids are happy, you got food on the table. Who
That's
am,
all
I
that
to
matters.
who am I to tell you, hey, what the fuck? Like you're good. Like it all depends on what you want, how you want it, and to each their own. That's the way I think about it. I'm more cutthroat, but as long as you're providing for your family, I think a real man provides, no matter how much he makes. That's all I'll say. So
Yeah.
And I think as all that said, it's gonna be close to wrapping up.
yeah.
So just some final words. Respect your women, grind, be a hardworking man,
Yeah.
do what's right, and trust in God.
I do want to say just like a big thanks to the people that are in my circle. you know.
Yeah.
For real.
I
for
know
sure.
even though like you guys are not as close as like Thomas is with me, you guys are still my friends. But like
Yeah.
people that are close to me, like Thomas, my other friend Oscar, Eric, Anthony, those guys have like whenever I needed something, they've all helped me out.
Be-
So it's
yeah.
like
Be thankful for the people that you trust and the people around you that grew
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's someone else I can't remember, but there's a few other people that have helped me out too, and I do just want to say like from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate the people that are in my circle that I truly know I can count on. So it's like those people are like, people that you just,
Yeah.
you cannot lose people.
And don't be a Debbie Downer, be a
Yeah.
motivation to the next person, and then they'll spread that influence to other people, and then there will be more happy people in the world. Because if it's always about negativity and all this other stuff, like I know we said a bunch of negative things, but we always thinking about the positive things that can come out of what you can do with bettering yourself, and
Yeah.
always bettering not just yourself, the person next to you. Be like, hey, encourage them, like, hey, you can do this, you can always achieve what you want. Just all you have to do is put effort, and if you're willing to give them that push, they're gonna feel more motivated than do it than ever.
Yeah, I'll just say this, like, if I had to give final words, I'd say, always be grateful for what you do have, I'd say, but never be satisfied with where you're at. I would say hunger is probably the main thing you need. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how smart you are, how tall you are. I think hunger is what separates a great from the average guy. And I know guys that are talented that ain't shit, and I know guys that are not talented that are top of the world, so never be great. Always be grateful. Never be satisfied. That's what I'd say. And be grateful for what you do have and who you do have, and never be satisfied with where you're at. So that's probably my final words. So.
Well, all right, guys. Well, how you guys think we did today?
I think we did pretty good.
For our first
Good episode
episode.
one.
Go
Not
for a
bad.
fucking burrito.
Yeah. So
But-
yeah, guys, that's pretty much just it for our first episode. Like I said, we're gonna be figuring things out.
Yeah.
We were just kind of talking about some real shit, talking about our friendship and whatnot, and we're gonna bring more things to the table eventually.
Yeah.
So thank you
Felt like
guys
we got
for.
a lot out of there.
I think we did.
We
I
did.
think we had a great conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for staying tuned with us, and we'll plan some more great things for us later. And hopefully you guys understood that. Listening to us made you realize. Time to face reality.
Stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned for more. So as that, you guys have a great, wonderful day, and thank you for watching the Reality Podcast.
And
TRP.
don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Stay
catch
classy.
you guys.
That's
Stay
good.
classy.
Catch you
Stay
guys
blessed.
later. Peace.
Episode uno.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Reality Podcast. I'm your co-host, Thomas Telfer. You guys can call me Tommy Salami, which is my Instagram. I'm with a group of friends here today, which are a group of friends from high school that I've known for a very, very long time. And we finally came together to talk about different shit. This is what we're gonna have to deal with.
I just look in the corner. He's just.
Anyways,
This is the bloopers. This
we
guy-
band together. I can't be talking with you guys laughing like fuckers. Sorry, we're funny. Alright, did we start over? Should I start over?
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
Fucking hell, bro.
So sorry.
He's gonna do this the entire time. I just know it.
Fuck.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and